and welcome to Orchard Lake and homecoming. It's Orchard Lake St. Mary's hosting Toledo Central Catholic in a CHSL Central Division rivalry. We're glad to have it on Gridiron Game Day. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Stick, overcast 65-degree day, but this is one of the biggest games in the state of Michigan and perhaps in the state of Ohio. These two teams playing for supremacy in the best league in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, and it's a pretty even matchup coming into this game. You know, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, they have not beaten Toledo Central Catholic. They're 0-2 against them, 12-0 against all other Ohio teams. So, you know, they're going to want to prove something tonight. And, you know, you want to keep those undefeated records against the Orchard Lake St. Mary's team as well. So, really looking forward to the matchup tonight. There's some keys that we are going to get into in a little bit.
Last year, a 1-point win for Toledo Central Catholic down in Ohio. And the Eaglets decided to go for 2. It was a 1-point win for Toledo Central Catholic, but the Eaglets would go on to win a state title. Toledo Central Catholic would go on to make the state title game, but they've won it 2 of the last 3 years, Stick.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't forget, for the 3rd time in a row, winning 2 of them. So, really great program, and it's been a great addition to the Catholic League, bringing up the Toledo team. So it's a fun rivalry that's brewing between these two. As you said earlier, it's kind of the big 3 right now this year. You got Catholic Central, Central Catholic, and Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and we got 2 of them tonight.
All right, we've got the words from the head coach, Jermaine Gonzalez of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, coming up next. Keys to victory, and Charlotte Turbrock will have her from the field report. All of it coming up right here on the Prep. Stick around. On the field, head coach Jermaine Gonzalez as we get set for this big contest between the league rival Toledo Central Catholic. What does this matchup mean to this team at this point in the season in week 7, finally coming home?
Yes, it's exciting to be home for the first time this year. Obviously, you know, Toledo CC is a good team, physical team. Coming from Ohio, we know what they bring to the table, so it's going to be a physical battle.
You guys got by Country Day last week. You're able to rest some guys, get some guys healthy, including the quarterback, Javen Gonzalez. What's his status for this game?
Yeah, he's good. He's back healthy, ready to go. Like I said, he probably could have played last week, but we made a decision to sit him and get some reps with our younger guys, in particular our young quarterback, Case.
Obviously, big game tonight. The big 3 in the league this year has been CC, and St. Mary's. Talk about the opportunity to claim this victory over a team that you have yet to knock off in the Catholic League.
Yeah, it's always good to battle Ohio versus Michigan and get the dub. You know, last year we went down to the wire, 6-7 ball game. They end up winning last minute, so hopefully we can turn it around today.
What do you expect out of Toledo, and what are some things where you guys feel you have some advantages against them? Stingy defense, no doubt.
You know, our defense has been playing lights out for us. I think, you know, we can get pressure on the quarterback and contain the run game defensively and offensively. You know, like I said, we got to keep making big plays and get our running game going a little bit, and we'll be all right.
Jermaine, all the best tonight. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it.
All right, there he is, Jermaine Gonzalez, getting his team set. More to come from Molesky Field right after this.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596 0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Lots of impact players on both sides, double-digit college recruits. We'll start first with the impact players for the visitors and the Fighting Irish from Toledo Central Catholic. They've got a fella at the corner spot that's special, one of the best in the country, Victor Singleton Jr.
Yeah, big number 21. He's long, he's athletic, he's all over the field, and he's chosen to go to Texas A&M to play football at the next level. He was able to lock up C.J. Sadler pretty much for the entire first half against Cass Tech. Fortunately, they ended up losing that game, but he is a predominant athlete to watch. One of those guys that can match up with anybody. And then you flip over to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. You got the senior linebacker, Luke Jackson. Kind of a late bloomer, but he's come along, and now he is the starter, and he has taken over the signal calling for that defense. 6'2", 205 pounds, all-state in 2024, and he's getting tons of D1 offers right now.
All right, lots of impact players to discuss. Those two stand out. Charlotte Turbrock is on that red field that stands out. Charlotte, what do you got for us? Welcome to the crew.
Thanks, Chad. Redfield, I have to wear a red jacket here tonight. It's an exciting night here in Orchard Lake. St. Mary's is playing under the lights at the field for the first time this season. After 6 weeks, they're coming in at 4 and against a team that they actually had a little bit of a battle with last year, Toledo Catholic Central. There will be lots of competitiveness here tonight as Catholic Central beat them 7-6 in a game last year that meant a lot to both of these teams. So tonight we'll bring that same competitiveness. It's also homecoming, so what a perfect night for St. Mary's to return home to Orchard Lake. This should be an exciting one. Have it to you guys.
All right, thank you, Charlotte. We appreciate it. Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day, ready for kickoff. It'll be the sophomore, Beckett Kiefer to boot it, right to left. And back deep for the Fighting Irish is Jeremiah Fuller, along with the aforementioned Victor Singleton Jr. We are set for football in the great state of Michigan on week 7 on this Friday night near the lake here in Orchard Lake. St. Mary's on homecoming. And it's a high, short kick that'll hit that red turf and take an Orchard Lake bounce inside the 5. Singleton will field it. He'll come up the left side, and he'll get tackled across the 10 up to the 11-yard line, and it's the running back Jamari Given, the leading rusher for the Eaglets, with the tackle. So here comes this Toledo Central Catholic offense, an offense that's led by Baydoun Stick, and he's been a good game manager for them to get the football in the hands of all their weapons.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And some people think game manager is almost a knock on being a quarterback. It's almost like you're the perfect quarterback if you're a game manager. It's like being a point guard that can distribute and get the whole team involved.
That's right. Baydoun's done a fine job. Came in last year after the injury to the starting quarterback, played big minutes on that state title run team. Luke Jackson makes a stuff in the backfield, and you talked about it in the pregame. Luke Jackson's the real deal. He came on late, but he's come on hard the last year.
Yeah, he's like the Catholic League's Jack Campbell. He's big, strong, and can take on anything.
There you look at the offensive line. It's a good one with Whitney and Britch and Frausto, Harrison, and Webb. The head coach, Dempsey, calls the plays as well. Outside zone run, he'll cut back inside. It's a gain of a few. The ball carrier is number 5. That's Jerome Davis at 5'7", $165, and it's 3rd and long. Eaglets with a good job in run contain.
Yeah, Ryan Harrington did a great job of setting the edge right there, forcing the running back to turn it up into the help, and just a short gain. 3rd and 6.
Toledo Central Catholic plays out of Division III in the state of Ohio. St. Mary's plays out of Division II in the state of Michigan. As you get a look at the backs and receivers, Jeff Phillips, the defensive coordinator, along with Bobby Klaus for the Eaglets, shouting out, getting on that field, late second calls. Baydoun has time, and there's contact before, and it's PI coming. The Eaglets were a little too tardy on the pass deflection. 1st and 10, Fighting Irish.
Yeah, you were all over that, and so was the official. Just a little bit too early, little bit aggressive right there by Cameron Lasker. That's all right. That's what you want, though, you know? It's rather be early than too late, I guess.
Yeah. Get a chance to at least get the ball out of there.
I know.
So that'll move things all the way up across the 25 to the 27. Toledo Central Catholic coming off a 42-7 win against one of their rivals, St. John Jesuit. There's Fuller, Frizel, the Notre Dame commit, the big target we'll talk quite a bit about. Eliano, one of the solid receivers, and Davis and Pope at the tight end spot. Baydoun in the gun, throws left side, incomplete. and off the tips of Fuller coming out of the backfield.
That was very close to being a backwards pass as well. Either way, it went out of bounds. St. Mary's wouldn't have recovered it, but they would have lost some yardage if that was the case. But so far, they're working it left to right, trying to see what St. Mary's defense can give them.
There you see the D-line. Harrington headed to Wake Forest, the headliner of that group. Jacob Hanna slides in that D tackle spot. No Kyrie Williams tonight. Gage Nesson on the edge as a D2 prospect. And Tajon Gibson's been offered Division I at the nose guard. There's a handoff up the middle, and Fuller's going to try it, and he'll find himself his best run of the night. It's for about 4 up the gut, and it'll set up 3rd and mid. He's got a fine offensive line in front of him, and they really like Harrison and Webb. Webb with Power 4 offers, Liggers and Whitney, a Lafayette commit and Liggers, and the Ashland commit Whitney. I mean, they've got power guys all over. Luke Jackson offered by Kent State. Ryan Fresquez, an outstanding high school linebacker in the middle, a senior, and Brett Bohenick on the outside. The back end is with Blankenberg at the corner. Hurst at a safety tonight. He's usually at corner. They moved him to safety. Kamari Patterson, one of the best safeties in the state, the Western Michigan commit, and Cameron Glasker, the aforementioned starting corner for the Eaglets. 3rd down and 5 from the Fighting Irish's 34. It's week 7 here in Michigan. It's week 8 in Ohio. They start a week earlier. There's a crossing route caught, 1st down and more. Fine pitch and catch. He found Eliano, his second leading receiver, 6'1", 185, and the junior found the seam and got enough stick.
Yeah, just an excellent drawn-up play. You sent your running back in motion. That drew the linebacker all the way down, leaving an open spot for him to just kind of settle in the zone, grab it, and pick up the 1st down.
The Eaglets are coming off a win last week over Detroit Country Day. It was a 49-0 win before the lights went out in the 4th quarter in Beverly Hills. And the game just ended. Baydoun will hand off again, and not much here. It's Fuller. He'll get a couple. And so far, the Eaglets have really contained this run game of Toledo Central Catholic. This time it's Jacob Hanna who got the nod tonight in replace of Williams. He's a big-time player tonight and big shoes to fill.
Yeah, he was able just to disrupt that. I mean, almost had a tackle for loss, or at least at the line of scrimmage, but the running back was able to fight through and just get a couple yards, but still being right there.
So 2nd down and 8 just underway. This is a battle for 2nd place in the Catholic League Central Division. Detroit Catholic Central's already won it. There's a run left side, and this is a gash up the left. It's going to get across the 45 to the 44. It's a gain of 6 on the play.
Ooh, look at this footwork. Bohenick thinks he has him right at the line of scrimmage, but nope, little juke right by you. Pick him about 5-6 yards, make it for a 3rd and 2.
Little physicality, too. When you talk to the St. Mary's staff, they really speak in high regard to the way this Fighting Irish team is so physical. They're kind of a mirror image of each other with physical, fast, and athleticism.
Yeah, and they've been that for at least the past 3 years that we've been watching them.
No doubt. State champions last in 23. There's a run up the middle. That's enough. The quick hitter. Again, it's from Fuller. And the Fighting Irish finding their way stick.
Yeah, Orchard Lake St. Mary's taking a gamble there, blitzing on the outside right side, and just not being able to get it. It left the middle wide open for a nice gain.
Fuller, a powerful, fast, and strong running back with some good pass catching ability. We'll see Sylvester in there as well. Strong and speedy guy. And Davis will sneak in there too at RB3. There's a quick pass right side caught. And stiff arm still on his feet. And a 1st down run across the 30 to the 29. In fact, they'll get inside of the 25-yard line. And a nice little pitch and catch in open space for Davis, who scatters for over a dozen.
Yeah, so far the story of this first drive is St. Mary's inability to make the first tackle. And here you go. Got him in the backfield. Hurst does, but nope. Once again, a stiff arm and a 10 to 12-yard pickup. St. Mary's has been there. It's just Central Catholic, a little too slick, a little too strong, a little too fast.
It's a Central Catholic team that started the year 0-3. And everybody wondered what in the world is happening. Fuller again tries the middle, and he's starting to find his way behind his big front for Central Catholic.
Yeah, and you can tell, you're right, it's starting to wear on Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and you think back to the early part of this drive when they thought they were off the field on that third down, but the pass interference kept the drive going.
That's right. Running behind Harrison and Frausto and Britch and Whitney. It's a good size offensive line. Opening drive. It's Fuller again, and he's got another gash. It's a first down. It's up to the 11-yard line.
I mean, that middle is absolutely wide open. Look at this handoff right here, and he's not even going to get touched through the line of scrimmage till he's about 4 or 5 yards down the field.
Fuller again. This time there's more resistance, and he's just going to get a couple. There is some wind tonight, Stick, and so the ground game seems maybe a little bit more friendly right now for Toledo CC, who's found their way.
I mean, when you're blowing people off the ball and creating holes like that, why go away from it? You know, and I was going to compliment the coach in that play for Orchard Lake St. Mary's was actually huge, because now you've stuffed the middle. You're hoping they don't go back to it, and they're going to press to the edges now.
Veteran linebacker crew with Jackson and Fresquez and Bohenik. All seniors. Heavy juniors and seniors for the Irish as well. Bounce outside. Contain was there, and the tackle was made at the line of scrimmage. Eaglet's pursuit, and it was led by Reese Hurst, who came over from his safety spot, Stick.
But that's exactly why the play before was so big, stopping that middle run for a short gain. You knew they weren't going to go back to it again, so it gave you kind of an opportunity now to turn this into a 3rd and long, which Central Catholic hasn't faced at all on this drive.
Yeah. Big play also by Harrington. Of course, sometimes the DN getting that contain gets overlooked, even when sometimes when they make that play.
I'd love to throw a jump ball to Frizel here. He looks like a monster out there compared to everybody.
3rd and 10 from the 11. Baydoun's going to take off. Baydoun's going to get down to the goal line. He's got enough for the first down, but not the touchdown. So he's down at the half-yard line. Move the chains. It's 1st and goal. Baydoun burying a shoulder and getting it done.
Yeah, pulled the ball down and, man, ran into a brick wall right there at the goal line, but still he was able to make it past that first down marker. Brett Bohenik bringing the heat.
So this long opening drive, and the Irish can't get in. Right at the line of scrimmage, the Eaglets swallow it up, despite the big boy checking in and blocking Anthony Pope. It's Gage Nesson, the defensive end, with strong interest from Grand Valley and Wayne State.
Yeah, that was a big tackle to prolong this drive as long as you possibly can. Gets out there, sheds his blocker.
So, 2nd and goal. Second down and goal to go from the half-yard line. Baydoun hands to Fuller, who falls in. Did he get in the end zone? No sign yet.
It looks like it.
He's in. Touchdown, Fuller. And the Fighting Irish get on top first in a 7.5-minute opening drive for Toledo Central Catholic that was impressive.
Yeah, impressive on every single level. They were physical, they were faster, they started way back in their own side. What was it, a 90-yard drive as well?
Yeah. That's right.
It seemed like they were able to do whatever they wanted against St. Mary's defense.
Extra point is up and good from Blake Moody. So with 4:25 to go in the first, 7-0 CHSL Central rivals. The Fighting Irish trying to stay 3-0 and perfect against Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Parents Changing Spaces is a locally owned, free senior living referral and placement service. They help families who have loved ones that can no longer independently care for themselves find a place to live. They work with families across Southeast Michigan to find all types of senior housing, including assisted living, memory care, and residential care homes. In addition, if your loved one is in need of some assistance but not yet ready to make a move, they can provide guidance and resources for in-care home givers, physical and occupational therapy, transportation, and much more. Parents Changing Spaces service is complimentary and of no charge to you. Give them a call today, 844-772-7368, to learn how they can help your family. So a 7-minute and 35-second drive, an impressive one for Toledo Central Catholic. And in the end, it's Fuller in the end zone, who had 9 rushes for 28 yards on the drive, but none more than 7 yards.
Yeah, it was, like we were saying, death by 1,000 paper cuts, just taking what they want and chunk by chunk by chunk by chunk, but that's how football's played.
All right, the kickoff taken by the Eaglets. Dangerous return man, watch out. This is Reese Hurst up the left sideline. The future Grand Valley Laker, one guy to beat. Down at the 11-yard line. Reese Hurst with another electrifying return.
And that's the other way football's played, with high volume, high fast, high speed, special teams. And not only does Reese Hurst take this all the way down, you got to look at Lorenzo Barber II here at the end, getting his block number 6. Takes him all the way to the ground. You got to love that.
Touchdown saving tackle, but not before the return by Reese Hurst, who had the kickoff return for a touchdown in the game we called against De La Salle earlier this year.
Yeah, and it's like you put in all that work, 7 minutes of offense to put up 7 points, and here St. Mary's can do it in 10 seconds.
So there you see Jabin Gonzalez, the Eaglets signal caller, who sat out last week and watched freshman Case Campbell throw for a school record 6 touchdowns. Just one half of play. There's a pass incomplete. Looking for Chad Willis, who's got over 26 offers. He's out at that wideout spot. It was a 74-yard return for Hurst. So signal from the sideline, and the Eaglets try to get something rolling. Nick Merlo is their offensive coordinator, who came over last year and put his paws on this offense. Run up the middle, and it's a carry down to the 5. A little hop, skip, and jump, and that's Lorenzo Barber II, who's known for his work on the perimeter. He's the leading receiver for the Eaglets, but he can run it too. 3rd down and 2. Handoff, play action, throw right, got a man, touchdown Eaglets. There is a flag down, but for the moment, DJ Taylor had the touchdown, but it's coming back due to a hold.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get Chad Willis on the outside here. You're going to see number 5 flash into your screen at the very last time, throwing his guy to the ground, 21, and he gets up throwing. Come on, there's got to be a flag on that. And you are correct, sir. Victor Singleton, like, come on, you can't block me that easily.
Yeah.
Going to Texas A&M.
We saw Singleton match up against C.J. Sadler. That was a fun battle, and Castex come from behind win, and a tough loss for Central Catholic. All 3 of their first losses were tough. King, Kolarchik, Smith, Edwards, and Matthews. Edwards is in for Abe Marcial. 3rd down and 13 from the 18. Play action, Jabin in trouble, steps out of it, makes a move, stays on his feet, and he's bottled up at about the 14. It'll be field goal unit time, you would think, for the Eaglets. After an outstanding return, a disappointing series of plays that follow.
Yeah, it depends on what sideline you're on. I mean, if you're Central Catholic, you couldn't be happier with what you walked away from. You got a long kickoff return. They started about the 10-yard line. You drive them back. Big defensive stand early in this ball game. Good quick response from the defense.
You bet. Beckett Kiefer will kick it from the 20. It'll be a 30-yard attempt for the sophomore, and the guy who got the Eaglets to advance to the state championship game a year ago. 27 attempts for extra points, 26 to 27. And the field goal attempt is up, and the kick is good. His first of the year.
The Daniel Taylor hold is good.
Taylor with a hold. And the Eaglets got the snap from Luke Jackson, and they get on the board at 7-3 stick.
Yeah, it's a completely different drive than what Central Catholic came out and did. Yeah, they ran 3 plays. They got 0 yards after the penalty, and you just kick the field goal, take the points, and are happy to get away with it. But, you know, putting the Central Catholic offense and putting your defense back on the field that fast, we're going to see if that wears on the St. Mary's defense later on in this game. A lot of minutes early in the first quarter for the defense.
That's right. A lot of confidence that must be breeding for Toledo Central Catholic.
Yeah, that was a whole 30-second drive.
And the other one was 7 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah.
So Eaglets defense gets a little oxygen on this beautiful Friday night on homecoming, St. Mary's first home game of the year, Stick.
Yeah, when we were on the coach's call and that came up, I was blown away that actually could happen in high school football. But they said conversely, it happened last year. They had like 5 home games to start the season.
That's right. That's right.
You know, ebbs and flows, I guess.
Yeah.
Law of averages. It's got to work out somehow.
That's right. Eaglets come in 4-1 on the year. Their only blemish is their loss to Detroit Catholic Central, where the Eaglets fell to the winners of the Central Division here in the Catholic League. St. Mary's falling 29-14, and came back with a bye week the following week, and then the win against Country Day. This one's going to be a boo-boo for the Eaglets. That's out of bounds. Beckett Kiefer is going to let the Fighting Irish get a nice little head start here.
At some point in the game, we got to get an ISO cam on this referee. The way he throws the flag, he does like a little wind-up like it's slow-pitch softball or like fast-pitch softball. He does the whop, whop, and then he lets it go way high in the air. That's twice he's done it tonight, so pick it up on a pattern of that guy.
All right, we'll watch it. He's got a good arm.
He loves throwing that flag.
Oh, man. We've got another game going on, and it's Redford Union taking on Dearborn Heights Crestwood. Evan Stockton and Benjamin Stockton are on the call. We'll get an update from there and other scores from around the state as well.
They related?
Yes, they are.
Nice.
They are.
Talent in the Stockton genes.
It runs deep. It sure does. Baydoun in the gun from the 35. Hands off, and not much there. It's the RB2, Anthony Sylvester, the 5'11 senior. There's not a whole lot of drop-off. Sylvester's strong and speedy as well.
Yeah, Sylvester just a little bit hesitant to get to the line and through the line. It looks like he was just trying to wait for a hole to develop, and one never did.
Hanna in on the tackle for the Eaglets. Again, he's in for Kyrie Williams, the Division I offered 3 technique for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Greg Dempsey, the head coach, 1990 grad of Toledo Central Catholic. Jermaine Gonzalez, the head coach for the Eaglets, 2000 grad of Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Throw left side caught. It's a gain for a handful. It's Davis. And Hurst with a tackle and good contain. It'll set up 3rd and mid.
Yeah, that's a couple times in this first quarter. They tried to get Davis in space and let him do his thing with his supreme athleticism. Good job by St. Mary's, 3-on-3, able to make the tackle in the hole. That's like one of the drills that they set up a dummy on the left, they set up a dummy on the right, and come fill.
Cat and mouse.
Yep.
3rd and 4, 100 seconds left in this first quarter. Baydoun, pressure, gets it off, caught, watch out. First down and more across the 50 down to the 45 before Reese Hurst makes the tackle. But Sylvester on that quick out got enough, and he made good real estate of the red turf on the right side.
Well, St. Mary's brought the blitz, and Baydoun read it perfectly. The check down to his running back for a nice big gain.
Ryan Fresquez, the refuge.
That's twice that St. Mary's has brought the blitz, and it's turned into a bigger play for Central Catholic. You wonder if that'll make them a little more conservative.
We'll find out. Pope aligns to the left. Throw left side again. Great one-handed catch. Bounce outside, has some room on his feet. Ball loose, and St. Mary says they have it. There is a flag down, and there's a man down. There was a big-time collision and a fumble on that far side, and Sylvester lost it. I don't know who popped him, but we'll get another look here, Stick.
Yeah, he did kind of like the John Elway helicopter spin on this hit, too. You see a great play, good lead blocking out in front. But here comes Kamari Patterson to clear it up. And it looks like Patterson's out of bounds when he recovers, so it's going to remain Central Catholic football.
They will move that ball back to where it was fumbled, and that is shy, I believe, of where they had the first down spot.
And a holding call.
That's
Bring
right.
it all back anyways.
That's right.
But that is a huge blow. I mean, Sylvester has been pretty impressive here early in this game.
He's a big part of what they do.
Will retain possession. The penalty moves him back. First attack from the Eagles at 46.
Redford Union leads Dearborn Heights Crestwood 12-7. And that game going on, the home of the Panthers.
Yeah, Tigers game going on too tonight.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of fun in action. We'll keep everybody abreast too. Baydoun from the left hash will turn, give, and tackled immediately in the backfield is Fuller.
Goes to Fuller. Luke Jackson makes a nice tackle.
And it's Luke Jackson in on the action. Action Jackson with a TFL. Another one.
Yeah, there you see him just hiding behind the defensive line, and as soon as the running back pops out, the linebacker pops out. Ha! Gotcha.
All state from a year ago. The third leading tackler on this team. 7 sacks on the year. And now 8 TFLs. Second down and 12. Toledo has not been behind the sticks much tonight. We'll see if Baydoun can make up for it. There's pressure. Here he comes from behind. And down he goes. The Eaglets with a blitz and a twist. And it's Trajan Gibson with a sack. Back-to-back TFLs for the boys in black tonight.
Well, I think that answers my question if St. Mary's is going to stop with the blitz. They did not. Brought a little extra pressure. The swim move to get through and bring down Baydoun, who we know is slippery.
Not kidding. So
Type of stuff fires up the other defensive linemen too. They see it, they want a piece of it. That ends the first quarter.
timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll see you in the second quarter. Charlotte Turbrock standing by. Around the field report is next. 7-3. Toledo CC on top of Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
St. Mary's students, if you are on the homecoming court, please go down and be canvassed by the concession stand.
Follow the prep on social media all season long. We're on 5 social medias, including this YouTube channel. If you would, please subscribe to this broadcast. 125 high school games a year, the most in the state of Michigan. We're proud to bring it to you. Also, if you'd like to be a sponsor on the broadcast, contact us at info@theprepsports.com.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
Let's go down the field to Charlotte Turbrock with her on the field report. Charlotte, take it away.
Like mentioned in the homecoming for you see the team is dressed in black. You guys can't see, but I can see out here the whole student section is packed in, boys and girls all wearing black. The excitement is here tonight for this big game. It is a player that they call him Big John. We will find out who won homecoming king and queen at halftime, but
there's a flag on the play. Pass is incomplete. Baydoun was looking right, and he was looking for his top targets at Davis. Late flag on the play. What is it, Stick?
I don't know. It's thrown by the middle official. If it was thrown by the back official, you would assume holding where it's at. But the middle official is also calling holding. Okay. I thought it was either that or an illegal man downfield on the pass. So you're getting a holding. It looks like St. Mary's is going to decline the penalty.
First penalty of the night for Toledo Central Catholic.
You just choose to decline the penalty instead of bring up a 4th down.
So I'll bring up about 4th and 20.
How about the run last year for Orchard Lake St. Mary's? Jermaine Gonzalez, whose team struggled their first 2 years, and that third year, boy, they tell you it needs 3 years to do it, and Jermaine said, I need 3. He got 3, and he brought a title back to Orchard Lake.
He was not lying, and Central Catholic was a big part of that first year. They came into Orchard Lake St. Mary's and absolutely embarrassed the Eaglets.
Frizel with a banger, the Notre Dame commit.
I like that little fast punt, little quick punt, too. Run the punt team out there, quick punt. Some gamesmanship.
You bet. Pope with a tackle, Barber with the return, and here comes this Eaglet offense. An offense has put up over 41 points this year and 4 of their wins.
Here you're going to look at the punt team just running out, getting set. Quick punt, and bam. That was a beautiful punt, too. About 60 yards.
Yeah, sure was. Frizel's headed to Notre Dame, not as a punter, but as a tight end. And he's a talented one, multi-talented as well. Singleton in that far corner spot, the Texas A&M commit, matched up against Chad Willis. That's at the bottom of your screen, bottom left corner. Watch that matchup. 2 Power 4 kids going at it. And we got an offsides on Toledo Central Catholic. Who was offsides? They're going to get Wiggins?
Against Toledo Central Catholic is equal to 3-5.
I don't know.
All right, well, after no penalties through a quarter, the Fighting Irish make up for it with 2 quick ones.
1st and 5 from the 19.
To start the second quarter. So, 1st and 5 for the Eaglets. Under Nick Merlot, the offensive coordinator in his 2nd year, former head coach at Stony Creek. Handoff up the middle, it's Gavon, and he's got himself a burst across that right side of the 21. It's Robert Campbell on the tackle, the outside backer. And Jamari Given has had his turn this year, Stick, and he's taken advantage. 378 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 9-yard average on the ground for this young man that really came on the scene out of nowhere.
Yeah, and you know, when you find a horse that works, you just keep feeding them. And to Jermaine Gonzalez's credit, he's just letting this kid light it up.
He's got a fine offensive line in front of him, of course, as well, and a big burst here. Watch out, open field across the 35 and up to the 38-yard line. Oh boy, Gavon has got that burst, and he shows it here on the home turf.
Yeah, and you see his ability to get skinny. Look at this. There's no hole there, but he is bursting right through that small gap that he can and almost able to break it.
We saw that against De La Salle and his ability to get to that second level. They'll ride that horse again, and this time not much there. The Irish were up to the task. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. Tackle made by Chris Sanders Jr. at 5'11", 280 up front, the junior.
A lot of weight to be pushing around. Low center of gravity. Those kids are always tough.
Liggins and Sanders and Campbell up front for the Fighting Irish. And then Crowley the third and Eckhart and Miller, a solid linebacking trio. And the back end extremely talented as well. Handoff right side, it's Patterson. And he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage before he's swallowed up by Robert Campbell again, who came over from that edge rushing position to make it 3rd and long.
Yeah, you try to get the ball into your playmaker's hands, and it's just no room for operation there. Great defense by Central Catholic.
So again, watch the bottom of your screen. That's Chad Willis against Victor Singleton Jr. The Eaglets' leading receiver, though, is in that slot right, and that's Barber. 22 catches for 456 yards and 7 touchdowns coming in. He's at the slot right. Play action. Gonzalez going deep. Got a man. It's Barber, and it's incomplete. Broken up by Singleton, who came over and made a power 4 play.
And that is exactly why he gets talked about. He came off his man, defended 2 men on that play because he was wide open. If Jamin Gonzalez gets a little more heat on that, he's going to get it there before the defense can get there. But look at this play. He was covering, as you said early, and then he just dropped off, got another man. That is brilliant football right there.
Yep. So it's punting time for the Eaglets. And they will send Luke Jackson, DJ Taylor in to snap it.
Hold on, there was a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think it's on St. Mary's, and it looks like Dempsey's going to.
They've marched it back. Is he going to give him another shot on a third down?
Interesting call here.
No, he's declining. Okay.
Yep.
That makes more sense.
Luke Jackson is the punter, so he can't snap it to himself, so they have to bring in DJ Taylor. Of course, Luke's the short snapper. 4th down and 8. Some confusion for the Eaglets, and now they'll check Brandon Adams Jr. in. So, snap to the left. Jackson had to go get it end over end, and it's going to take an Eaglet roll inside the 30 to the 27. So, the Irish have stopped St. Mary's, and this potent offense has put up 40-plus points 4 times this year. It's been a great showing for them so far. What have they done so well?
Everything, honestly. Stopping the runs, stuffing the big plays, and that last play by the guy we were talking about, Victor Singleton Jr. I mean, you can't speak highly enough of it. You're covering one of their best, and then there's a guy wide open. You peel off of him. It's tough. It's almost like you have 12 men out there on defense when you have Singleton playing deep.
So we'll see if the Fighting Irish don't try to get Frizel involved. We have yet to see number 17 slot left, who's in motion, get anything going or targeted. There's a run left side, and the counter tray is blown up for a gain of 0. Fine job by Ryan Fresquez to stick his nose in there, amongst others.
Yeah, St. Mary's defense playing with a little more pep in their step coming off that first drive. Had a couple nice stops, and there you see some good gang tackling.
Low-scoring affair. Something this Eaglet team has not been a part of really so far this year. Back to pass, Baydoun. Pocket breaks down, chased by Slim Reaper, and he'll live to see another day and throw that thing into Pine Lake and set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, but that's a smart quarterback play right there, right? Live to fight another down. You see a lot of young quarterbacks trying to force it. I mean, you even see pro quarterbacks trying to force that. You see Caleb Williams trying to force that play to get intercepted by Kirby Joseph. Well, there you go. You see him going to the right. And good closeout, too, by number 35 for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That is Fresquez.
Just all over the field. 3 straight losses for Toledo Central Catholic. Walsh Jesuit number 2 in the state of Ohio in Division II, and that opening night loss, a 3-point loss down in Toledo, then a loss at Cass Tech in a game that just can't sit well for TCC. They lost 28-27, but had a 2-touchdown lead. 3rd and 9, Baydoun over the middle, got a man low and dropped. Eaglets had it well covered, but it's incomplete, and it's punting time as Davis couldn't hold on.
Yeah, Trajan Gibson putting on pressure on the quarterback, able to get his hands up, and I don't know if he got a piece of it, but he got enough in the way so it couldn't be an accurate pass. We're going to see number 13 blast through the middle again, and yeah, forcing him to drop sidearm. That's going to be tough all day.
Yeah.
Here's the quick punt again. I love this.
Frizel will sprint the unit on and hammer this thing. My goodness.
Yeah, he crushes it.
Great catch, slip, stayed on his feet. This is Barber up the right side, up to the 40-yard line before he's forced out on the near sideline by Jason Molden Jr. But the return game for the Eaglets has continued to stay potent tonight in Orchard Lake.
Well, I mean, when you punt the ball 90 yards, you expect some sort of return on it. It's impossible to cover how deep that ball is.
I mean, I don't know about the punting game or what they've got right now down in South Bend. But, I mean, Frizel seems like a favorable option, at least as a backup. Impressive. He's going down to play tight end. He has not factored into this game so far. Credit St. Mary's for taking him out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, besides that punt, both of them have been a factor. But, yeah, as far as in play on offense and defense, haven't seen much of them. I was calling for the jump ball in the end zone earlier, and they still ran it in. I still would have liked to see that.
Willis wide right, Barber split left. Give it in the backfield. And now motion for Barber. Jet sweep, handoff right side. Has the 45, has the 50, and has a first down into Fighting Irish territory at the 48.
Yeah, St. Mary's stacks all their wide receivers to the right side. Chad Willis out front lead blocking and just leading the way all the way down the field.
Can do so much. Barber with his 12th carry of the year. Given gets the call, gets skinny as Stick said earlier, and finds a way to get across the 45 and to the 44. It's a gain of 4, and that's just kind of what this guy does. And he's got some help with his offensive line who's showing out.
It's actually 5 short of what he normally does, but yeah, no, exactly. It's always a positive gain, always falling forward.
DJ Taylor in that backfield as well, sort of as that up man. Barber slot right. The Ball State offered receiver. It's given up the middle, and he meets a brick wall. Just a gain of 1. And it's a textbook tackle by the Irish's number 8, Eckhart, and Logan Miller. They're 2 stud linebackers. 3rd and 7. Little tempo now for the Eaglets. What could be 4-down territories. You get a look at those defensive backs led by Singleton Jr., Vaughn, Vargas, Robinson, and Lawson are good ones too. Very, very talented team. Both teams with double-digit Division I offers for each side. Might be the most talented collection in the state tonight. That one's nearly picked off. A post route over the middle, and Barber nearly had it robbed. Solid breakup by Robinson, the safety.
Solid breakup. I'd call that a dropped interception. Oh, he's going to want that back. Saw a whole lot of red in front of him, too. St. Mary's going for it on 4th and 5.
Hard count for Gonzalez. Could be a bluff. But it certainly is within 4-down territory.
Yeah, and your defense has played well the past couple drives, so it's not out of the question, but definitely looks like St. Mary's is just delaying the inevitable now.
Yeah. No hard count. Will they take a timeout? And now they will.
Yeah. Play clock was kind of dictating
yeah.
that.
We'll step aside with them. 6:33 to go. We're back in 60 seconds. This is coverage of Gridiron Game Day on the Prep. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here. Well, punt formation is what's being shown. It is 4th and 5, so we'll see if there's a hard count or a fake. There's no hard count and there's no fake. That one's a good punt, though, and that's going to hit and roll down to the 15 or 16. There was contact. Jackson tried to draw the foul, but we're not in the UK tonight, and so we'll play on. Austin Sonnenberg is almost to the UK tonight. He's on his way to Ireland. Toledo Central Catholic, 4-3 on the year, 3-1 overall in league play. And people think, what? 4-3? What's wrong with them? Well, they played some of the best teams in the Midwest. 578 enrollment. They're Division III, and a team that last year second in the CHSL, and James Hudson, you should know that name. I know Irish fans do as well. Singleton with a carry, and he's stuck right at that offense, right at that line of scrimmage. Luke Jackson in there, and also in there is number 35, and that's Ryan Fresquez, the backer, showing out right now.
Yeah, Fresquez going low, and you got the other guy going high. But yeah, just a fun matchup this has been so far.
Man, defensive battle. It's not far off of what they saw last year down in Toledo, Stick.
Yeah, 7-6 game where, we can still get that. But you were talking about those 3 losses. I think if you replayed those games with the team that they are now after coming off 4 wins, you may get a different outcome. Oh, nice play.
Little counter left side, watch out. Big burst. Following his lead blocker, Anthony Pope Jr., the tight end. It was big gainage coming from Anthony Sylvester, who's back in there, and that's a good sign for the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, and they gave him a bodyguard on this one. Number 33 just leading the way, just checking people off of him. That's how you could tell that was going to be a big play the minute it turned the corner.
Yes, sir.
It's like having Panay Sewell lead blocking for you.
6-time state champion, Toledo Central Catholic, the state of Ohio, and that's carrying a load of eaglets. And finishing his block downfield and flexing. It's Tyler Britch, 6'2", 270, good size up front. And Toledo's been nasty up front and physical. They're able to run the football behind Frausto and the aforementioned 66.
Yeah, you see Harrison getting a little nasty too here at the end. 53 shoving down the field, and that's a good play.
Baydoun in the gun. Turns, gives, and is hit immediately. Coming off the edge, it's Gage Nesson, the defensive end. An immediate tackle on Sylvester this time.
Yeah, you see him get low here. See him slip underneath the defender. Able to get low, and a nice tackle for a loss, forcing a big 3rd down here. You can get a stop here. Central Catholic is going to have to do some, are we going to go for it on 4th and 5?
Yep. Eaglets have a talented pair of players on the edge at 6'4". Some smoke behind him, and Nesson and the Wake Forest commit, Mr. Harrington. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 4:14 to go. 3rd and 2 when we come back at midfield. We got a tight one, a defensive battle by the lake. Thanks for hanging. We're the prep. At Foodie Centric, our client's agenda is our first priority. We specialize in unique items that are memorable and drive profits to your bottom line immediately. From gluten-free exclusive items to specialty Palazzolo gelato, melting moments, ice cream sandwiches, and so much more. Foodie Centric Solutions will have you set for success today, tomorrow, and into the future. Foodie Centric Solutions at the center of all of what's important to get to your last goal.
Thank you. Thank you, Blue
Chad
Field
Bush
Star.
and Sam Stick Day back with you on a 60-degree, slightly breezy night in Week 7. And the second Friday in October, Week 7 in Michigan, Week 8 in Ohio. And it's a 3rd and 2 from the 49 of the Eaglets for the road Fighting Irish, who have a 7-3 lead with 4:14 to go in the second. Baydoun with a clap and a handoff right side Sylvester, and he's got the first down and more across the 40 down to the 37. And TCC finding themselves on that right side. It's been quite a surge with what they found here, Stick.
Yeah, just pull big number 53 around as your lead blocker. That's Harrison, who got in it earlier, and he's coming around and clearing the way.
Time of possession tonight has been lopsided a bit, with Toledo CC with a decisive advantage. Sylvester again with a burst, and that's 8 or 9. Make it 10 on the gain, and Toledo Central Catholic has really found their way running the football between the tackles, Stick.
Yeah, that reminds you, similar to their first drive, right? They were able to just control the line of scrimmage and just chip away at it. There were no big plays, just little chunks like that.
18 rushes for 88 yards for Toledo, and they'll add to that here another 10, make it 12. They've rushed for 100 yards now.
Yeah, and that's St. Mary's defense. Time of possession. We talked about how many minutes they were on the field in that first quarter. Already showing kind of wearing on them here at the end of the first half.
They have looked worn down in a couple of drives. Irish on the move with Pope in motion. Sylvester left side. He'll have room. He'll get down inside the 5 to the 2. Hurst with a touchdown saving tackle. but the Fighting Irish are doing whatever they want right now in Orchard Lake.
And it's pretty much they're going to motion Pope and run behind him. Find 33, and you're going to find the football.
Eaglet defense trying to find themselves. They're on their heels right now. And Baydoun and this Irish offense rolling. Sylvester, and he is form tackle to the turf. And that is the kind of tackle you look for. Brandon Adams Jr., the Division I offered defensive end, makes a statement form tackle.
That's exactly it. The stick, the lock, and the lift.
That's it.
There's 3 stages to a form tackle.
George Porritt down there, the former head coach, with a smile on his face after that one.
God dang it. Good football.
Yeah. Down there talking with Sean Klaus, the JV coach for St. Mary's, one of the JV coaches. 2nd down and 3. Goal to go from the 3. Sylvester again. And he's going to fight near the 2. And it's 3rd down. And he's not quite in. The Eaglets put up a fight. Ryan Harrington leads the charge there, Stick.
Yeah, it's like St. Mary's decided, all right, we're going to stuff the middle. And this is where it gets tricky if you're an offensive coordinator. Do you continue to do what got you downfield, or since they stopped it on the last 2 plays, are you going to try to get tricky?
Yep, we'll see. Frizel slot right. Sylvester gets the call, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Anthony Sylvester's turn, and he's in for the score. 13-3, Fighting Irish on top.
You know, I kind of wish football was like hockey in some ways, where you could, you know, they get like the assist, the secondary assist, because Pope on that drive should get almost half the yards and half the credit for that touchdown. All they did was follow big number 33, and he got him all the way down the field into the end zone.
Here comes the extra point, and that is up. Hold by Dempsey, kick by Moody is up and good. So 14-3 with 1:19 to go. And the running game has got Toledo Central Catholic in the end zone twice, but the drive, Stick, both of them really backbreakers.
Just long, methodical, and chunk by chunk by chunk by chunk, and just being out physically Orchard Lake St. Mary's. But, you know, this is St. Mary's opportunity here, right? They're getting the ball coming out in the second half. You got 1:19 left. Quick score here. You get the ball back. You're still looking good in this game, but this is a critical 1:19.
The Eaglets 4-1 on the year, 2-1 in the Catholic League Central Division, 913 co-divisional. They're Division II. They've opted up. 11-3 a year ago. State champions. They're 9th in program history. And they're the defending Division II champions. Scott Kolakowski, University of Notre Dame. Of course, played in the NFL. Philadelphia Eagles, Detroit Lions. And was an All-American here. And there's Coach Mick, the special teams coach. Something the Eaglets have done well tonight. Maybe their best of the faces has been the special teams. They've been very good this year.
Yeah, that opening kickoff is the only thing that really has got them points on the board, because the offense didn't move the ball on that drive.
Mason Huntebrinker, the sophomore, will kick it short. It's a squib, and the Eaglets will have great field position here. They'll get it up to the 40, but Cameron Glasker was quick to pounce on it and get some yards out of it, Stick, and it gives the Eaglet offense a chance with 75 seconds left until half.
Not only did he get some yards out of it, it looked like he had a couple angles where he could have busted that into a big play. But, you know, you were saying it, and the coach was listening, because he said, okay, you're right. You know, this could hurt us on special teams. Let's get it to their front line guys. Good coaching.
Can't say enough about Coach Gonzalez and what he's done.
Blended in with the red turf tonight.
That's right. How do you like that new logo?
On the turf?
No, the St. Mary's logo, the S and the M, the intertwining that they have on those coats and hats.
Ah, that's not new, is it?
Yeah, it's new this year. The white and the red. There's an out route, and it's incomplete. Singleton all over Willis. in a good way. Outstanding coverage, clean coverage. And St. Mary's has been able to do nothing in the air. They're 0 for 3.
Well, you know, I specifically asked Jermaine Gonzalez, how are you going to deal with big number 21, right? And he was very confident. He said, you know what, we're going to go right at him. We're not shying away. After this first half, maybe you want to go the other direction.
Just want to get something complete at this point. And they will look indeed the other way. And there's a hitch route, and it's caught, and it's fumbled. Ball's loose and recovered, and the Fighting Irish have the football. There is a flag in the backfield, and it's a late hit, and it will negate the Eaglet fumble. And a lucky break for St. Mary's after the fumble after the reception stick.
Yeah, that is a huge break, but you see 25 crashing down on Jabin Gonzalez. Takes 2 or 3 steps, and you know, they're going to call that every time. The official's standing right there. But a great defensive play by number 7, Jeremiah Fuller. He's performing on both sides of the football. But there you go. I mean, that's St. Mary's completed pass, and you went opposite of Mr. Singleton.
They did. They went to Keith Smith II, who made the nice catch.
I would too. I mean, come on. The pride can only take you so far. The young man's a good football player.
Timeout on the field. We'll keep it here with 63 seconds to go. 14-3. Toledo Central Catholic in the lead. Stick, it's been a game that's seen the Fighting Irish have 9 first downs. The Eaglets with just 2. And St. Mary's with 13 plays for 52 yards. Toledo Central Catholic 32 plays for 109 yards. Jermaine Gonzalez in his 4th year. Spent 15 years working his way up at the junior varsity level as the head coach under his mentor, George Porritt. And he's an alum, a proud alum of 2000 at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. He was a state champion in both football and basketball, All-American in football his senior year, went to Michigan, played football and basketball. And he's also the athletic director at St. Mary's. And notable seasons, well, you don't have to look back too far. Last year, the state title for the Eaglets over Byron Center in Division II. And he says he can get it done on the grill as well. We have yet to taste that. But I think we'll get an invite to the barbecue maybe at some point.
I still would like to challenge him.
All right, we'll find out. Gonzalez pressured here, in trouble, and down he goes. There's a flag down. It's a face mask. So Toledo Central Catholic is really going to hate this call. I mean, back-to-back plays, and it looks like they're going to be 15-yard penalty, and they are.
Yeah, I was wondering if they saw it because the initial guy came in and grabbed Jabin's face mask. And I was going to compliment him on their defense because the 2 times Jabin's tried to scramble, he's been caught up in the middle, just a little bit too handsy. And that's 30 yards of penalties on this drive. St. Mary's to this point, I believe, has 50 yards of offense.
Wow. Brandon Hardy checks into the lineup as well, the talented youngster for the Eaglets, just a sophomore.
Single coverage up top. No safety help.
Throw right side, Barber. One-on-one, makes a man miss, stays on his feet and gets down to the 27-yard line. Gain of just 3 on the play, and the Eaglets got to hustle with the clock rolling.
Yeah, if you're Central Catholic, you're happy with that play. Here's another look at that face mask. I mean,
they got the whole helmet. It's more of a helmet twist. Clock running, 30 seconds left. Jabin, 3-step drop, gonna step up, gonna run it, make a man miss, stay on his feet, and he's close to the first down but doesn't have it. The Eaglets will spend the timeout. There's another late flag, and this one looks like it's going back the Eaglets' way, and this would be a real costly penalty. Another look here at the pitch and catch.
Liggins on this one. You see the
run,
number 56 tracking them all the way down. That's what you dream of when you're a lineman and the quarterback's out in the open like that. It's like a lion and a gazelle.
That's right. Here comes the official call, and it's against Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That's going to put this ball all the way back to the 38-yard line. And I mean, these are just penalties for St. Mary. You just can't have at this point.
No, but honestly, the only reason you're here is because of the penalties on the other team. So what's good for the Goose is good for the Gander, I guess. But St. Mary's just used their third and final timeout.
Third and long from the Eagles, 37-yard line.
Don't forget at halftime, we'll talk to both head coaches, get their thoughts briefly on the first half. And right now, Stick, a 3rd and 17 for St. Mary's. I'm going to put the OC play card in your hands. What are you calling?
I'd love to get a crossing route or something across the middle where maybe I can let my wide receiver get in space and he can pick up the first down. High percentage pass.
Trips to the right, double pass set up. Chad Willis has it, going to throw it down the field. Got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown Eaglets. Chad Willis on the double pass. Touchdown DJ Taylor. And the Eaglets with a little razzle-dazzle for 6.
And this is why I'm up here and not on the field. What a tremendous throwback play all the way to DJ Taylor. And who knew that Chad Willis had a gun like that on him?
37-yard pass from Chad Willis to DJ Taylor. Beckett Kiefer's extra point is blasted.
I mean, that could be the play of the season for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That's a big play going on into halftime. They're going to get the ball back coming out in the second half, too. And St. Mary's, my goodness. See the backwards pass here. Great timing, great patience, and look at that spiral.
I mean,
DJ Taylor was calling for it right off the line of scrimmage. I mean, is Jamin Gonzalez going to have to be worried about the quarterback position?
I mean, he saw Case Campbell last week try to Wally pip him and throw for a school record 6 touchdowns. Now he's got one of his best friends, Chad Willis, heaving 45-yard dimes down the middle of the field. He might be looking over his shoulder.
Well, credit to the OC and credit to Jermaine for mixing it up there and doing something spectacular with a big back up against the wall play.
You bet. Nick Merlo, the offensive coordinator, dialing that one up, and the Eaglets cut it to 4. I mean,
and they get the ball back coming out in the second half.
I gave you a chance to call that play, and you've called a lot of plays ahead of time. That one was not one that anybody would have called.
Honestly, out of all the games we've called for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, have you seen many trick plays?
No, not like that.
No.
We just haven't. But Nick Merlo went to the bag at the right time. Updated stats in this first half. 109 yards for Toledo Central Catholic, 103 for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, but the Eaglets have had 17 less plays in this game. Of course, that 37-yarder was a big chunk of it. There's a return by the tight end that's taken up to the 30. And Charlotte Turbrock's going to talk to Jermaine Gonzalez, who might have a little different tone after the final last offensive play they had there.
Yeah, Victor Singleton a little frustrated on that. He wanted to touch that football. Pope got in the way and took it. And you could see him like, come on, man, just let it go to the back row, please.
It's Brandon Hardy making the special teams play. And so this will be a victory formation. And Coach Dempsey and the Fighting Irish will go to their locker room +4 on the road in a battle for second place. First place wrapped up. Detroit Catholic Central has won that. They solidified it on last Sunday against Brother Rice, but this is for number 2 in the Central Division. But Stick, there's a lot more that this is also at stake here. A quality opponent playing a quality opponent.
Yeah, and for Orchard Lake St. Mary's getting your very first win against Central Catholic since they came into the Catholic League.
Absolutely. So 14-10. Toledo Central Catholic is on top. They've had leads this year that have evaporated. That will be a storyline in the second half. But right now, Charlotte Turbrock is standing by with Jermaine Gonzalez. Charlotte, take it away.
Thanks, Chad. Coach, a little burst of energy there at the end of the half. What are your thoughts on the first half?
Well, it was a battle, right? We knew it was just a defense-offensive game. They're a good team. They're ready to play, and they're physical right now. We just got to match the intensity and keep playing.
4-point game. What's going to be the message going into the
This
second
time
half?
I'd like to
Got to play 4 quarters of football. Got to go play hard.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Yep.
Chad, back to you.
All right, there you hear it, Charlotte. A lot more football left. We've got highlights, stats, and much, much more coming up. Stick and I roll on from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We've got a battle, 14-10. Sir, your thoughts on this first half?
I mean, I've been pretty impressed with Central Catholic since they came out. 2 tremendously long drives, being physical. But Orchard Lake St. Mary's, we know them as a quick strike team, and we saw it on the kickoff that they got, which got them down in the scoring position, able to put their first points on the board with a field goal. The offense did nothing on that drive. They ended up 4th and 10 when they kicked that field goal. And then you just saw that trickery at the end of an explosive play. But here they are with an opportunity to come out in the second half and take the lead.
All right. We've got highlights and more coming up. We've got Coach Dempsey from Toledo Central Catholic's thoughts as well. Don't go anywhere. More to come on the Preps coverage of Gridiron Game Day. It's Toledo Central Catholic by 4. Love, Peace, and Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in their design shop. Love, Peace, and Threads Design Bar offers specialized collections of custom apparel. They've got custom denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats, and they've got a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-of-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, their store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Their design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out. And you can do a celebration, book a party, and bring the full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches, and unleash your imagination and create something truly special with their hands-on design experience. Love, Peace, Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Follow the Prep on social media all season long. We're on 5 social medias, including this YouTube channel. If you would, please subscribe to this broadcast. 125 high school games a year, the most in the state of Michigan. We're proud to bring it to you. Also, if you'd like to be a sponsor on the broadcast, contact us at info@theprepsports.com.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596 0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Parents Changing Spaces is a locally owned, free senior living referral and placement service. They help families who have loved ones that can no longer independently care for themselves find a place to live. They work with families across Southeast Michigan to find all types of senior housing, including assisted living, memory care, and residential care homes. In addition, if your loved one is in need of some assistance but not yet ready to make a move, they can provide guidance and resources for in-care home givers, physical and occupational therapy, transportation, and much more. Parents Changing Spaces service is complimentary and of no charge to you. Give them a call today, 844-772-7368, to learn how they can help your family. Do you want your school's games on the Prep? Well, find out how by contacting us today at info@theprepsports.com. We're now booking for the winter and spring sports seasons, and we've got some openings that remain in the fall for football, girls volleyball, and boys soccer. Take your school and program to the next level by elevating the game with the Prep.
My time to shine. Got it. Splash.
That will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time. Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Love Piece and Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in their design shop. Love Piece and Threads Design Bar offers specialized collections of custom apparel. They've got custom denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats, and they've got a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-of-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, their store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Their design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out. And you can do a celebration, book a party, and bring the full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches, and unleash your imagination and create something truly special with their hands-on design experience. Love Piece Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community. All right, this is some highlights from the first half. Toledo Central Catholic got on the board first. 7-0 thanks to the touchdown run by Fuller. And then Reese Hurst, Stick, got busy with the return and did his part.
Yeah, still love the block by Chad Willis on that, but the offense couldn't do anything for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, so they kick it, get on the board to go down 7-3. And here you go. This was a big play, too. St. Mary's brought the blitz, got the check down to that man right there, Anthony Sylvester. He had kind of a big first half, but St. Mary's showing up on defense. Big number 13, Trajan Gibson. He broke in, got the sack. And it's been tough sledding for St. Mary's, but this was a nice run early for number 24, Jeremiah Given. And this, I love this play right here. Once they got Pope out ahead, blocking for Sylvester, a big play. And this was another long, methodical drive for Central Catholic. St. Mary's had played some tough defense. We were talking about it, me and you, off the air. 2 really good drives for Central Catholic, 2 not so really good drives for Central Catholic. So you would expect them to come out in the second half and continue to pound the middle for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, as you see Sylvester getting down to about the 2-yard line, and then why not? Follow Pope. Didn't work that time, but guess what? They're going to go right back to it again, right up the middle. Pope lead blocking, and there you go. There's your touchdown to go up 14-3. St. Mary's had 1:19 left when they got the ball back to end the first half and decided to go with a little bit of trickery on 3rd and long. And look at that bomb from Willis to DJ Taylor. Long touchdown, putting St. Mary's on the board, 37 yards, 14-10 going on into half.
Eaglets get the extra point. They've got back into this game, and Stick, it's kind of been a game that the defenses have had the momentum and advantages in this. There haven't been a lot of big plays up until that final touchdown. What do you see in the second half? How do you see it unfolding?
Well, it's weird because both teams could go in the locker room feeling pretty good, right? The Central Catholic, they dominated on defense except for one big trick play, and they dominated on offense except for 2 drives. And then for St. Mary's, you haven't played your best football by a stretch. You're only down by 4. You had one big play that kept you in it. You had a nice kickoff return that kept you in it, and you hope to parlay those things in the second half. I don't know what to expect in the second half, honestly. If I had to predict anything, it would be Central Catholic at least to have one long, methodical drive, and St. Mary's to have one big, explosive play.
All right, we'll have Charlotte Turbrox from the field report. We'll have some scores from around the great state of Michigan. Right now, though, 3 minutes left on the clock. On homecoming, the Eaglets trail 14-10 from Toledo Central Catholic. More to come on Gridiron Game Day right after this. At Foodie Centric, our client's agenda is our first priority. We specialize in unique items that are memorable and drive profits to your bottom line immediately. From gluten-free exclusive items to specialty Palazzolo gelato, melting moments, ice cream sandwiches, and so much more. Foodie-centric solutions will have you set for success today, tomorrow, and into the future. Foodie-centric solutions at the center of all of what's important to get to your last goal.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash!
And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Chad and Stick back with you. Charlotte Turbrock on the sidelines. And we'll have a report from her shortly. Some scores to get to quickly as we get the homecoming highlights as well.
Yeah, for the first time ever, a king and queen at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. For those of you who don't know, St. Mary's was predominantly all-boys school for the history of their career.
How about it? There's Big John. How about Big John Kolarchik getting out there? He's the king. Charlotte Turbrock is on the field, and she's with Coach Dempsey. Charlotte, take it away.
Thanks, Chad. Coach, first half you guys came out hot. You had a lot of explosive plays. What did you have to say about the first half?
Oh, we did some good things offensively, moving the ball. We did stall a couple things. Defensively, we were really good until the end. You know, penalties and just bad eyes on a play, and that's what can happen to you. We got to avoid the penalties. Our coverage has to improve on our kicking game immensely, though. The second half, they're getting too many extra first downs on their return game.
What was the message for these boys to stay in the game in the second half?
Come out and play discipline, and don't hurt ourselves. I mean, that's what cost us points there at the end. Keep doing what we're doing. If something opens up in the pass game, maybe we'll go to it and keep playing good defense.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Chad, back to you.
Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, and there you heard it. I mean, special teams is hurting them, and we talked about that was really the only thing going right for St. Mary's for much of the first half.
Yeah, and the penalties he's talking about, they gave up 30 yards of penalties on that last drive to even put St. Mary's in a position to be able to chuck that ball into the end zone. So, Coach, focus on those penalties, as most coaches are. What a beautiful shot
it is
here at Orchard Lake.
Adam Fuller rising to the occasion high above the Orchard Lake night. We appreciate that. Good to see him on crew after his sabbatical. Davison, number 5 in the state, leads Flint Carman Ainsworth 51-0. Notre Dame Prep with a lead over Traverse City St. Francis. And we got an upset brewing, Stick. Harper Woods leads Saline, number 3 Saline, 21-10 with a minute to go in the second quarter. How about that thing brewing? Eisenhower tied with Dakota at halftime. And Franklin leads Livonia Stevenson. The Fighting Westfalls are down 21-3 at the break. And Hudsonville trails East Kentwood. That's a 27-21 game between the number 4 team and the number 10 team in the state. And 2 of the top teams on the left side of the state. And North Farmington with a lead over Oak Park, 7-6. Out-of-town scores from Pat the Stat. Look at Pat the Stat. He's eating popcorn up here, and he's getting all kinds of love for scores while I was working all over the yard. But, hey, you know what? He deserves it. And we've got a baseball game going on as well. What's going on there, Stick?
We're looking at the bottom of the first, 0-0, 1 out, Scooble on the mound.
All right.
Nice play to start the bottom of the first for the Tigers to get the out.
Now, at the end of that first half, we saw DJ Taylor kind of get up gimpy after that touchdown, Stick, and not a lot of folks might have noticed with all the excitement, but that is something to really look for, and we'll see if Charlotte can get us some updates on that as well.
Yeah, I'm looking for number 15 on the sidelines right now, and I don't think I see him, but yeah, he came off. Is he down there? Oh, good. You got better eyes than I do, but he came out holding his arm quite a bit. Maybe he caught a stinger or something to that effect, but it was on that touchdown catch.
Yes, sir. We'll keep a note on that one as we're getting close to the second half getting underway. I want to thank our executive producer, Evan Westfall. Tonight, good crew, and we're glad to have you at Orchard Lake. The ball game is over. The other game that we did at Redford Union, it's a 18-7 victory for Redford Union over Crestwood. That game's over, Stick.
They just run the ball the whole time?
Well, it started at 6.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
But still, I think it moved pretty well, and Evan Stockton and Benjamin Stockton are getting out into their Friday night really early and getting right down to that baseball game. But look, second half, what can we look for as the Eaglets will come out here offensively? They have not had a whole lot. I mean, you look at total yards, just 5 first downs for St. Mary's. Average yard per play has been down. I mean, it has not been an offense that's looked very proficient tonight after they've averaged 45 points in their 4 wins.
Yeah, and you're wondering what they can do. I mean, they've had a couple nice spurts, but they couldn't really maintain anything against this Central Catholic defense. The only thing that worked was the trickery. So maybe you just include a little bit of that, a lot more motion, a little bit of action, a little bit of shifts, something like that just to throw off Central Catholic's defense. But I'm telling you, the major thing that I would do, and we were talking about this at halftime, is stay away from Mr. Singleton. You've tried him a couple times in the first half. Not only did he make a play a couple times for his guy, he made a play for his other teammate, too, coming off. So I think that's a guy that you just got to go away from. He takes away half the field, so use the other half.
Speaking of going away from, how about going away from Reese Hurst, the guy that returned that kick 75 yards? Is he a guy you kick away from here?
Well, last time they kicked off, remember, they kicked it to the up man,
right,
and they ended up getting to the 40-yard line. So coach is well aware. You heard him in the halftime interview.
Mason Huntebrinker, the sophomore at 5'8", 145, will kick it. Reese Hurst back there deep for the Eaglets, along with Cameron Glasker. Will they pooch? Will they kick long? Decisions. It's a little low poocher, and it's taken by the Eaglets. They'll hit that sideline. And the turn and the burn, it's Reese Hurst with a shake and bake, and he's out of bounds of the 44. and the Eaglets get a late flag on their sidelines. A little extracurricular flip at the end. It wasn't a whole lot, Stick, but it was too late. He was on that white.
Yeah, there you see, he's trying to go away from St. Mary's. They were able to get the edge. Well, watch the official. Watch the style on this throw. See the little up and under flip? That's what I was talking about earlier.
Vargas with the late hit or flip. So the Eaglets get the football. Good field position, Stick. We have not seen a lot of the passing game and the efficiency from Gonzalez. But this penalty is going to put them all the way into Fighting Irish territory. Gives you a few more options with your playbook. To be fair, that first drive, they only had 11 yards to work with.
Okay, I doubt they're complaining they only had 11 yards to work with.
No, but it takes the playbook up, right? I mean, you're limited with what you're doing. There's a fumble. Barber lost it, and the Fighting Irish say they have it. And they do. How about it? A forced turnover. Barber lost it and recovered by Singleton. Big-time play, and the second time tonight St. Mary's has fumbled. This time it cost them.
Singleton does nothing but make big plays. This is a nice little run on first down, but there you see a nice strip by number 32. That is Tim Crowley the third coming in and stripping that ball. And then, of course, Singleton, Johnny on the spot, fastest, quickest man to the football. And that just kind of negates everything that St. Mary's did before the half, and it negates that large kickoff. That is huge.
Coach Dempsey talking about beating yourselves, and Toledo Central Catholic felt they beat themselves with those penalties. The Eaglets beating themselves on offensive play number 1 with a fumble. Handoff up the middle, and it's a healthy gain of 9. It's been a gouging rush attack. This time it's Sylvester. And the tackle made by Patterson, whose name we have not called a lot tonight, Stick.
Yeah, he had that one big impact play that forced the fumble early that St. Mary's wasn't able to recover. But, yeah, he's normally a big downhill player, big hitter.
Gain of 8 on first down. Baydoun covered up, has to take it himself, slides. He's short of the first down. They'll mark him at the 49, his own 49. And it'll set up 3rd and short. Eaglets took that quick pass away quickly, Stick.
Yeah, you called it. Number 20 for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Bohenick just kind of cuts off the right there. And a smart move by Baydoun, veteran move, just pulling it down. That's a few times he's done that today. St. Mary's jumping off sides, and they were bringing the heat on that, blitzing both linebackers.
3rd and 1, and penalties for the Eaglets have been a thing tonight. And Toledo Central Catholic takes advantage.
And as we know, Central Catholic from 3 years ago, right? They are a very disciplined football team. You could tell those penalties got under coach's skin, but there you go. Now Orchard Lake St. Mary's becoming kind of the undisciplined football team. A turnover and a jump off sides on 3rd down.
Their only time playing in Orchard Lake, they enjoyed their trip. They won 42-0 on a cold, rainy October night. That's a fight on that left side for another 8 or 9. It's just ritual for the Irish and their chunky run game.
And I wonder when St. Mary's is just going to pick up on it. Wherever Pope is where they're running the football. He's being their lead blocker, and St. Mary's is going to have to start crashing that edge. You see 33, we're crashing that edge. But Pope is getting out there and just causing havoc.
Maybe another player slide down in that box. They'll run it again. It's Sylvester, and he's got another 5 or 6 off the left side down to the 30. Call it a gain of 7 on the play. And the carving continues.
Yeah, St. Mary's running in Gregory Smith, 5'10", 300 pounds. Like, okay, maybe we can plug the metal with this guy.
Yeah, there's just got to be some kind of answer, you'd think, but
I mean, Coach mentioned going to the pass game. I don't know why you would, but you have the option if you want it.
Handoff again. It's Sylvester, and he's got another ride up the right side for 6.
Brought down by
Anthony Sylvester just doing work on the ground on that right side. He's not getting touch stick till he gets to the second level.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And then by the time it's the second level, that second level is 9 yards down the field because the line of scrimmage is getting reestablished the minute the ball's snapped.
What a performance tonight by Frausto, Britch, Whitney, Harrison, and Webb, the front offensive line. In trouble, Sylvester finds a hole, breaks a tackle, and gets inside the 15-yard line. Another gain of 7 on the play.
Incredible patience on this one. This was designed to go left. There was nothing there, so he just waits a little bit. You know what? I'm going to take this lane right and pick up a first down.
And that Eaglet offense waiting impatiently on the sidelines and sitting with that salty feeling.
Well, they had their chance.
They did. Motion, handoff. Sylvester in the backfield avoids a tackle and then gets popped by Patterson, but not before a gain of 4 after it could have been a loss of 4.
Sylvester is going to have enough of Kamari Patterson after this game. That's the second time with a lights-out hit. But look at this, 1-man, 2-man, and then Kamari Patterson said, enough of that. And there you see him calling himself out of the game, too.
Yeah.
So Sylvester heads to the sideline, and that's what Kamari Patterson does. He is not afraid of contact.
No, sir. So they'll ride with Fuller, who lost his lid, I believe, after a gain of 1. Jeremiah Fuller on the carry. 3rd and 5, and we'll keep an eye on what happened on that sideline because it's more than just a helmet coming off. That looks like it could be an injury. We'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, well, St. Mary's deciding to start bringing the heat up the middle. They've blitzed several times with their middle linebackers. We'll see if they do it again here on 3rd down.
3rd and mid, and St. Mary's jumped off sides again. And the lack of discipline on that defensive front is just been evident all night.
Well, they've had success with that middle blitz the last couple plays, so you knew it was coming again, and there you see just a little too excited, a little too wide gap he was looking at.
Bird on a wire.
That hurts you, too, giving him an automatic first down.
That's your senior captain, Luke Jackson, too. Handoff, left side, tackle for loss. Gage Nesson got that Gage in order and shot him down. It's a TFL when the Eaglets needed it the most.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. St. Mary's hasn't had many of those against the big offensive line for Central Catholic. They've done a great job up until this point. That's a big play at a big time to push them back.
Had a brother that played here, graduated a couple years ago.
I still want to see a jump ball to 17.
It's got to be coming now, huh? Play action, there it is. Slant route 17, Friesel, touchdown for the Notre Dame commit. An 8-yard slant from Baydoun, and it's 20-10, the road team.
I mean, it's almost like a toy you just got to play with, right? I got a guy that's like 6'6" out there on a cornerback that's maybe 5'10". They don't do the jump. They decide to send him on a nice little slant. Perfect timing. Easy touchdown. Look at, just throw the hands in the air like, what more do you want from me, coach? I can punt the ball 97 yards, and I can run slants.
Oh, man. Extra point up, and the extra point is no good. And that, no, it is good. Okay. I'm sorry. I saw that differently. It is good. We'll see it again. Okay. 21-10.
Jermaine's out there asking. He's asking, that was good? How was that good? Yeah, and it is good. Went through the bottom right corner, just barely, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's dead center, over the top, just barely over the bar. So that's a big extra point, too. Now St. Mary's has to go for a 2-point conversion if they kick a field goal.
Yeah, 11-point lead, 6:47. Here's another look.
Watch the bottom left. It's just going to cross very slightly.
Wow, it sure did. I mean, the official was on it.
Yeah, he's
my bad on the
right
call,
there.
but.
Well, honestly, from our angle, it looked like it got tipped and kind of was wobbly.
Found a way to whittle over. It was a 4-minute, 28-second drive, 9 plays, 52 yards, and in the end, it's a Baydoun to Friesel 8-yard touchdown pass. And the extra point good, 21-10 stick. And
that's one of those game-shifting drives, right? Everything that happens. St. Mary's, you have your trick play going into halftime. You get the ball down 4 coming out. You have a nice little return plus a penalty. You get it at the 40-yard line of your opponent. And then you fumble first play. And what do? Same thing they did in the first half. Long drive, beating you up all the way down the field. That's a demoralizing drive.
It is. Like you said, death by paper cuts. It's a thing. And the kickoff by Huntebrinker. Return right side, another good one. And out of bounds at the midfield stripe. Now they'll call him out at the 44-yard line.
Fielded by Daniel Taylor.
And it's DJ Taylor on the return. And so here comes this Eaglet offense, down 11 with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. And the Eaglets playing their first home game of the year on homecoming in week 7. They had a bye week 2 weeks back after their loss to Detroit Catholic Central. And sort of sat on that thing before coming out last week against Country Day.
7 weeks without a home game, though.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Gonzalez in the gun. Handoff up the middle, and that's a shot for 5 yards and a healthy run game. Explosive by Given, a guy that's been productive when he's had the ball.
Solid 4-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 6.
You got Keith Smith all alone, no help at the bottom of the screen. You'd like him to take a shot there at some point.
We've got an injury update from the sidelines.
Anthony Sylvester.
We'll get to that in just a moment. Handoff up the middle, and Given is battling his way across midfield to the 48. It's an ankle injury for Anthony Sylvester, the running back.
Kind of got double bent over when Kamari Patterson came in and knocked him back on that last drive.
So, 3rd down and 3 in what seems like 4-down territory. Fighting Irish showing blitz. Pass, out route, caught, makes a man miss. It's a 1st down, and move the chains up to the 44-yard line. Keith Smith the second with a catch. Sorry, partner.
I believe that's the 3rd first down for Orchard Lake St. Mary's this game, so that is a huge play for them. Didn't get it by much, but they put him in motion. They put Smith in motion, and a nice little out route.
Solid tackle by Robinson. Tempo for the Eaglets. They'll run it with Gonzalez, something we have not seen much of tonight, Stick. And I know he had an injury coming into the game. Do you think that's perhaps the reason we haven't seen him run?
No, it's really the credit to the defense. A couple times he's tried to run, they've just bottled him up. He's had nowhere to go. That was a designed run, and it only got him a yard.
2nd down and 9 from the 43. It's Given again. He's got the 1st down as he bursts across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Move the chains, gain a 10.
Nice little jab step there. Jab to the left, break to the right. Look at this. Plant that left foot. Bam! Right there. And he cuts back. Great footwork. So 3rd. Oh, they are giving him the 1st down.
Given has been a source of some serious run enthusiasm, much like he has all year long. Eaglets have not had much time to have the football. Here's a play action. Gonzalez in trouble, has to run it, and he's got some room on the left side. Down the sideline to the 30, inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Gonzalez! Are you kidding me? Jabin Gonzalez with a 34-yard touchdown run, all on his own. No flags on the play.
Gets the edge.
There's the run game by Jabin Gonzalez, the aforementioned runner.
Yeah, and that was not a designed run. That's all creativity and athleticism. You can see him favoring that left ankle just a little bit, but it doesn't matter. He was still willing to take the hit, still willing to grind it out, not running out of bounds. I'm getting all the way to the end zone to get my team back in this game.
34-yard touchdown run, and here comes the extra point attempt from Beckett Kiefer. Oh, the will and desire. Gonzalez, who had to watch last year after he was injured. Watch his team win the title. Good teammate. Cheered on the senior ahead of him. And now it's his time. And the Eaglets, just when you think they might be out of it, put a drive together that showed a little bit of everything.
Yeah, here you go. Here's another look at it, and the whole field opens up to the left side. And like I said, even a little hobbling. Look at how fast Jabin Gonzalez is. You can only imagine what he is when he's fully healthy. But I'll tell you what, one thing I'm impressed by and that I absolutely love is that Jermaine Gonzalez didn't go for 2 there.
Yeah.
You know, you could have brought it to a 3-point game, but I hate chasing points till you have to. That's one of my biggest pet peeves in sports is when people try to chase points when you don't need to. This keeps it at a 4-point game. So if they do end up kicking a field goal, now you're only down 7 instead of being down 8. Like, it's the long play on that. And so many coaches get caught up in, oh, maybe I could get it there. And the next thing you know, you're down 5. They kick a field goal. Now you're down 8, and you've made everything harder on yourself.
I agree with that. It was a 6-play drive, 55 yards. It took 2 minutes and 24 seconds. And in the end, it's a Jabin Gonzalez 34-yard touchdown run. And Beckett Kiefer's extra point is good. 21-17 now is your score.
And now we'll see if that offensive spark sparks the defense a little bit too, because they came out here on the first drive and got manhandled.
Gave him a bit of a break, too. Gave him a chance to gather their breath for a minute, all 2.5 minutes of it. Kiefer to kick it from his 40. And this one is banged into Cass Lake.
That's one way to eliminate the return.
Yeah.
Boot it through the end zone.
Went into John Bourbeau's front yard. So with 4:23 to go and a 4-point lead, Toledo Central Catholic, whose offense has been run dominant, will get a chance to come back. Greg Dempsey in his 24th year, Hall of Famer in Toledo City. 3-year assistant, paid his dues. 7 years as an assistant at Start High School in Toledo. He went to Toledo CC. 1990 grad. He went to Toledo. He was a rocket. And he's also the AD for Toledo Central Catholic. 5 times over, he's been a state champion. He's been a runner-up once and twice now, actually, with last year, as the run left side is a short gainer.
I'm not sure if you hear the drama that's going on in the PA system right now, but someone left their wedding rings in the women's bathroom.
Oh, you're kidding. How did that happen?
I don't know. That is...
How does your wedding ring go off in a bed? Well, okay, I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
Crazy things happen in women's bathrooms. I don't ask questions.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. All I know is if I left my ring.
Oh, Corey'd have you on a quick FaceTime. 2nd down and 9 and a rolling clock. Handoff right side and some backside heat and tackle will make it a 3rd and long. The tackle made by Hannah.
This is the first predictable, really, passing down for Central Catholic. You're going to see if St. Mary's is going to bring the blitz. But the one thing for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, if you're their defensive coordinator, you're screaming, do not bite on the hard count, because they've been bitten by it a couple times so far this game. Central Catholic is really a well-coached, smart football team.
That was Fuller on the carry. He's carried now 13 times for 27 yards and a score. Sylvester has the other score on the ground. And Frizel has the 8-yard slant for a score. It's a sideline warning for St. Mary's. And Jermaine Gonzalez taking matters into his own hands and becoming that get-back coach.
I was going to say, you need a good get-back guy.
We saw a good get-back guy last week, didn't we?
The hype coach.
Hype coach. 3rd and 7, there's a blitz. Luke Jackson forces pressure. Did the Eaglets get the fumble? They did! Jackson scared the living wits out of the quarterback, Baydoun, who just dropped it. And then the Eaglets get the recovery by number 3, Caden Blankenberg. How about it?
Yeah, here you're going to get a look at it. Baydoun just drops the football. You're talking about just blowing through that block, and he just drops the football. Reese Hurst coming off the field a little bit gimpy on the sideline right now as well. But what a huge play by Harrington, recovering that football for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And I told you, that was the first predictable passing down. You knew St. Mary's was going to bring the heat on that. And that's where they haven't been able to tee off on Central Catholic at all, because every run has been 7, 8, 9 yards.
So now you're back in this position the offense was in on drive number 1. When you get yourself down to the 10-11, the playbook is chopped in half. Nick Merlot's got about a quarter of a play sheet he can work with here. There's not a whole lot you can do. What do you like in this situation?
You know, what we haven't seen is like a reverse or anything that's getting to the edge, like a jet sweep, but St. Mary's going to this power T offense.
George Porritt is smiling. It's a handoff to Kamari Patterson in the power eye. Or the wing.
And Port standing at the 10-yard line, too, on the Orchard Lake St. Mary sidelines.
Oh, yeah. Jermaine Gonzalez and George Porritt have several chats in the morning. Coach Porritt still works security at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Same offense, pitch left side. Watch out. It's Kamari Patterson to the end zone. Touchdown, Kamari Patterson. And the Eaglets have taken the lead on a 14-0 run to start the second half.
Well, that's kind of what I was talking about, a sweep, getting to the outside, send your lead blockers with Kamari Patterson. And what I love about Kamari Patterson, he wants to finish this drive. He wants to deliver the blow to number 13, Bucking Vargas. Takes the brunt end of that hit, and Kamari Patterson puts Orchard Lake St. Mary's up 2.
Patterson, known for his safety, heat-seeking hits. And this time he finds the edge and finds the end zone. The future Western Michigan Bronco gives the Eaglets their first lead of the night, 23-21. Extra point by Beckett Kiefer awaits. The snap by Luke Jackson, the hold by DJ Taylor, and the kick is up and blasted onto Commerce Road. Eaglets 24, Fighting Irish 21, with 2:15 to go in the third, sir.
Once again, I want to go back to that not going for the 2-point conversion to try to cut it to a 3-point game. Because if you miss it there, now what are you talking about? You're only talking about a 2-point lead, and you can lose on a field goal. But I think St. Mary's found something with their power edge sweep game. The couple big plays that they've had, they had their wide receivers loaded up on the outside, and there with Kamari Patterson from the wing tee. And you love that from an offense that we know wants to be spread. They want to be wide open. But you know what? When it's not working, you got to go away from it.
That's right.
Get a look at the St. Mary's fans here on homecoming night.
2-play drive, 12 yards. And Kamari Patterson is in the end zone for Orchard Lake St. Mary's stick. And for Kamari, it was just his 19th carry of the year, but his 3rd touchdown.
He is a tough runner, and there we are up top. Can't really see us here in the dark, but we are on top of the press box. I called Chad earlier. I'm like, do I need to bring a tent? It was raining a little bit. What's it going to be like? But not as cold as I thought it was going to be. Nice fall night.
I know if Alex Westfall was here tonight, and his brother Evan is doing a whale of a job, but Alex would have been nervous, very nervous, if we did not have a tent up. And I'm sure he is wherever he is at his wedding in Vegas. There's a return across the 35 to the 36, and now the Irish say, listen, we can get some things rolling in that third phase called special teams too.
Listen, not many people scare me, But I would do anything I can to keep it away from Singleton. On offense, on defense, on kick return, when he gets off the bus, whatever, he is not touching the football again as far as I'm concerned. He is so good. Baydoun dropped the ball on the last possession. We'll see what he's got planned for him on this one. Got to get the kicking ball off the field first.
And now we're ready from the 37. Baydoun, hands off, up the middle, bounces outside, flag down, holding coming. Tackle at the 40, but this thing is coming back indeed after the handoff to Fuller.
Jacob Hanna kind of looking back on the official when he got up like, you going to call that? And the official's like, yes, sir, I'm going to call that.
It's raining, Stick.
Well, we had to mention it, didn't we, Chad?
I think you mentioned it.
Well, it's a collective we.
I love how it's a collective we when it's you, and it's a me when it's we.
Yep.
That's all right. I like it. I see how you work, partner. I like it how you work it. All right. So this is going to take it all the way back.
We got a 1st and 20.
Yep. Frizel at the bottom of your screen. Watch 17, the Notre Dame commit. It's a handoff up the middle and nothing doing there. Eaglets squeeze it and leave it after a gain of just 1 on the play.
Yeah, and you could tell Central Catholic, when they're on schedule, right, when the first run hits for 4 or 5, they can kind of go into their playbook and do what they feel. When they're in a predictable passing situation, it's a whole different ballgame as you get a look of George Porritt.
There's GP, Coach Porritt, legend, Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Klaus.
Another legend, not quite in Port's category, but pretty far up there.
Yep, played at Michigan State.
That's right, Rose Bowl team, wrote a book. But Coach Porritt, the legend, standing on his George Porritt sign down there on the field.
That
of course,
is legendary.
Our head coach taught us so many valuable lessons. And good to see him out here supporting Jermaine Gonzalez and the Eaglets.
DJ Taylor on this play. I cannot speak highly enough of what he just did. Look at big number 77. Wide open block on DJ Taylor. Still able to get enough of the running back to slow him down to keep it to a 3rd and 9.
It was a nice play. Jerome Davis with a catch the slot. A guy that's really good with quick hitters in space.
I mean, when Braylon Whitney is running at you, it takes a real man to stand in there because Braylon Whitney is not a small man at all.
No,
6'3", 280.
He's headed to Ashland. He'll be an Eagle at a Division II powerhouse in small town Ohio. Rolling left, Baydoun's looking for Frizel, but not even the fabulous Frizel could catch that at the 40. It's 4th down, and it's punting time for the Irish.
Man, if he completed that pass, I was about to be completely impressed because look at him. Rolling to his left, then slows his momentum, tries to center his shoulders and just flip it down the field, and he's just a couple yards off there, but Fresquez putting the pressure on him to make sure that that was an errant pass. St. Mary's has taken control here in this second half after that fumble.
They have. Barber back to receive it at his own 15, and it's nearly blocked by Harrington and/or Taylor, but Frizel somehow gets it away, and it's another good one. Down to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, when you block Frizel, it's only 60 yards, Chad.
I mean, come on.
This kid's incredible.
Timeout on the field as we go to the 4th. Charlotte Turbrock is next. You're watching the Preps coverage of Gridiron Game Day, CHSL Central Special.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown. Warriors. What a cut.
You have won the 50-50 coming up to the press box to claim your prize. Once again, they're taking number
Let's go down on the field to Charlotte Turbrock, who's got a special report. Charlotte?
Thanks, Chad. When we take a look at both of these head coaches, Coach Dempsey and Coach Gonzalez, they have a lot of similarities. Both of them are the athletic directors at these two schools. They both are the head coaches. They both went to these as their alma mater, and they all have kids on the team that they coach.
Thank you, Charlotte. We appreciate that very much. St. Mary's on the move, 2nd and 10. Gonzalez in the gun. Eaglets on a 14-0 run in the second half. Long count, Barber in motion, jet sweep, handoff left side. Watch out, has the outside, cuts back inside, has the first down, has more up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 18 to the 40-yard line on first down, and that jet sweep is a working.
Yeah, you said it. That was exactly what I was going to say. Sticking to the edges for Orchard Lake St. Mary's has paid off here so far in this second half. You saw the homecoming king downfield getting a block.
Oh, Big John, he's going to head to Ohio U for a little OU, oh yeah. Could he be a future Ohio Bobcat? Big Johnny K, homecoming king. There he goes. Watch out. Eaglets into the open. Could go. Brandon Adams Jr. Touchdown, Eaglets. 60-yard. Brandon Adams. Touchdown.
Brandon Adams with a huge touchdown, but I want to give once again credit to Lorenzo Barber. Look at number 6 there, just shoving his guy to the ground, giving him the open space, and Lorenzo Adams off to the races. It's the first time we called his name today, and for 60 yards on a little dump-off pass, that's pretty good.
Extra point by Beckett Kiefer. The Eaglets have found something offensively in this second half. Nick Merlo and company. Singleton with a block extra point, and that is dead in the high school game. He's just showing off tonight, Stick.
I mean, I told you, keep it away from him. And he's like, you know what? You can't block me either. I have been nothing but impressed with this young man. You can see why. He gets all the Division I offers. They've been very close on a couple extra points. That time, nails it.
So, 30-21. It's still a 2-possession game. Timeout on the field. Gridiron Game Day returns from Orchard Lake. The school by the lake starting to heat up. Things are waving for this offense. Back with more right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Well, for the Eaglets, it was 2 plays, 83 yards, extra point blocked, but a 20-7 run for the Eaglets in this second half. It was a opening scoring touchdown for Toledo Central Catholic. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, after St. Mary's fumbled.
After St. Mary's fumbled, and then the 20-0 run right now for St. Mary's, who leads 30-21.
Yeah, and for Central Catholic, you know, since they got predictable and in passing situations, they've been very easy to defend. I'm not sure why they're kicking to that young man again.
Singleton across the 15, and Superman can only do so much with a cape on a windy night by the lake.
This is where it gets interesting for Central Catholic, though, because their success has come with long, methodical drives. Well, now you're down 2 scores. Long, methodical drives really aren't going to do you any favors right now.
Yep.
So they're going to have to turn to their pass game, and when they have done that, St. Mary's has had the upper hand.
You bet.
What a turn, too. I mean, Central Catholic has physically dominated Orchard Lake St. Mary's up front all game long. But those big plays by St. Mary's have kept them in it, and the special teams as well. And you see Coach Port again, the legendary coach for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And an all-state quarterback himself when he played in high school.
You bet, and had a great career at Hillsdale.
He'd light you up in practice.
Oh, you bet. Sure would. One of the best to do it. Orchard Lake happy to have him. Still works security at St. Mary's. He's here early in the morning. Leaves, I think, just afternoon. Just enough to say, hey, I still got my prints on this program and on this campus.
Just to keep his VIP card.
Yeah. He's got the Walk of Fame just behind the field house. But he's turned the keys over to Jermaine Gonzalez. And Gonzalez drove that ride all the way down to Ford Field and took a trophy back home with him last year. His mentor taught him well. There's a deep throw down the middle of the field, Baydoun, and that is PI. Reese Hurst was holding on for dear life against the very talented Eliano, who already has a catch in this game. And that is a clear PI, and that will give CC a first down and more.
And I really didn't think he had to
No,
touch him or
he didn't.
get in the way. I mean, the ball was kind of overthrown, but you know, you don't know that when you're the defender.
Fair. It is a first down. They'll move this thing all the way up to the 32.
Yep, in high school, it's not a spot foul. So sometimes if you're beat in high school, it's almost better just tackle the guy.
Yeah. St. Mary's #1 in the state of Michigan again this week in Division II. Toledo Central Catholic in Division III. And despite having the 3 losses to start the year, they're still thought of as perhaps the best team in Division III. There's a fumble again, picked up loose, going the other way, touchdown Eaglets. Trajan Gibson with a scoop and score from 32 out. And the Eaglets have rattled off 20 straight points.
Well, Gibson had a big sack in the first half, and this time he just picks up the fumble after the force by Harrington, and he runs it all the way into the end zone. St. Mary's, I'm telling you, when they know it's a predictable passing situation, they are a different defense.
No doubt. Trajan Gibson, what a year he's having. And he's getting all kinds of love from colleges. Here's another look at it, Stick, and how about the strip from the Grim Reaper, Slim Reaper, Ryan Harrington to make it possible.
You know, I can't really tell even if he got a hand on it or not. And we saw Baydoun just drop the football earlier. You wonder if he did it again.
Gibson with offers from Kent State, Bowling Green, Buffalo, Miami of Ohio, Western Michigan, and Central Michigan.
Now St. Mary's going for 2.
Going for 2. Patterson on the same play, and this time it won't work. So it'll stay at a 15-point margin.
2-point conversion is no good.
And I mean, you know, this one gives you to the net. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the difference between going up 17 and 16. I mean, you go up 17, then you're at a 3 score.
Right.
No matter what.
Versus 2 scores.
Versus 2 scores. So
2 scores and an extra point.
I guess it's kind of
worth
it.
Why not?
Yeah.
It puts you, the card says probably go for it.
Yep.
If you have any questions, just look back there and ask the OC what he's thinking.
I think he's occupied right now. I'm going to leave him alone during game hours.
Yeah.
Maybe afterwards.
There's the guy that makes the call. That's Jermaine Gonzalez. But no, I like it because you're either
up 3.
Yeah.
You're going to be up 2 scores no matter what.
2 scores no matter what, plus an extra point,
right.
plus a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
Or you can put it into 3-score territory. And yeah, it's a no-brainer, really. So, kickoff.
Math.
Yeah, math. It's something.
Math is mathin'. But now if you're Central Catholic, what do you turn to? I mean, your run game has been predominant, and it's been great all night long. But your pass game has been suspect all night long, and now you're down quite a bit.
St. Mary's in the second half, 163 yards of offense on 11 plays. TCC with 92 yards of offense in this second half, and time of possession's been lopsided as well, Stick.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that fumble coming out of this first half, or out of this second half, you know, CC has been absolutely dominated. It's been kind of a tale of 2 halves, honestly.
4 straight touchdowns for St. Mary's. Gonzalez on a keeper, Patterson on a rush, Brandon Adams Jr. on a touchdown catch from 60 yards, and then the scoop and score from Trajan Gibson.
Yep, and now St. Mary's defense gets to do it again, just pin their ears back, send a couple blitzes, put the pressure on. Because, you know, you're not running the football now.
And we've seen Baydoun with the ability. He did it against Castech. I mean, he can put this thing in the air. He's got weapons.
Yep, he has the arm.
And St. Mary's also is going to match them knowing that they're going to throw the football.
It's just, does he have the time? He hasn't had the time. And even when he has had the time, it's been someone blowing up the middle blocker right in his face, you know. So it's just been a very tough game for him on that level. They had all their success with the long drives, handing the ball off, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-yard gains.
Credit Bobby Klaus and Jeff Phillips, the co-defensive coordinators, putting that plan together. Handoff, or excuse me, kick return by Fuller. And he'll get up to the 20-yard line. 10.5 to go. Really a tale of two halves for these two teams.
Didn't say Singleton on that kickoff return for the first time in the game. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Might be getting a blow. They have put him out as a two-way guy on offense at times this year. We'll see if he doesn't become a focal point here with points needed.
Here he comes on the offense. You're going to see him at the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
That's why he wasn't on the kickoff.
He's a threat, and he's somebody that's going to make number 3 take notice, Caden Blankenberg. And they're going to throw right side, incomplete. Baydoun with a whizzer that went past the ear hole.
Yeah, you could tell he's pressing right now, Chad. You know, the pressure has sped his game up, the clock in his head. And here, this is just a simple drop-off pass, but he wants to get it out and get it out now.
Baydoun, a high academic kid, 4.4. He's got Division I, Division II, and Ivy options. Much bigger, faster, and stronger from a year ago. The guy that took over last year for the starter that was injured for 6 or 7 games. Got this team in position to make their run to get to the state championship game. A place they've been 3 straight seasons now, winning 2 of those 3. Well, Singleton zigged when Baydoun zagged, and that's part of having a battery that doesn't throw the ball to each other that often.
Yep, and just, you know, a guy that's great at covering wide receivers, but, you know, maybe called the different route. But, yeah, Singleton, you could tell he's frustrated out there today. And he played an incredible first half.
Sure did. Don't forget, we'll have our G of the game after this one's said and done. Pat the Stat is, for some reason, holding it in his hand to my right. He gets all the fun. He gets glizzies, he gets hats, he gets stats. Baydoun back to pass, 3-step drop. Throw over the middle is nearly picked. Friendly fire. It was Luke Jackson and Kamari Patterson converging to break it up.
And that's where we were talking about Central Catholic just having a rough time in that passing game. I mean, 0 for 3 on that drive, not moving the football at all. The good news is the clock didn't really move. The bad news is you're giving the ball back to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. The good news for us, we get to watch this young man punt again.
Frizel lets it fly, and this is not his best. It'll flip over at the 50 as a couple players collide at midfield. 15-on-15 crime.
Yeah, Grady Ruff and DJ Taylor just they did about 4 barrel rolls about the 50-yard line together.
Oh, barrel rolls. Oh, it feels a little different on a turf than the old grass we used to roll around on.
Yeah, but honestly, while we were walking out there, we've called several games on turf fields. This is one of the softer turfs that I've walked on.
Yeah.
It has more of a synthetic grass feel than other places we've been at.
That's fair. It does. Got a little bounce to it. Boy, we were on a real firm one last week, wherever we were. Can't recall. Handoff right side, and that is a gain of maybe a half yard. It was Barber on the jet sweep.
We're just up the street at Pontiac, Notre Dame.
2 weeks ago, we were at Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were in Rockford last week.
That's
yes,
right. Yes. That was a firm field.
That was.
My knees hurt after that one.
Packed with 13,000 people.
Yeah. No big deal. #1 play on Sports Center. but this one has lived up to the billing as a game that started. I mean, we talked to each other like, is the complexity of this defensive battle going to continue? Is this pitcher's duel going to continue? No, it really opened up in the second. And in fact, right before the second with the razzle-dazzle.
Yeah, that was everything for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, honestly. They were dead in the water going on into halftime. Nothing to really build on, nothing to really be excited about. Next thing you know, with 15 seconds left in the half, a little reverse pass.
Got him going, got him believing. 'Cause at that point, it was a dismal outlook, down 11. And look, this thing's far from over, let's be honest. I mean, this is a Toledo Central Catholic team that has explosives all over the field. I mean, this is something right now that if you're Orchard Lake, you got to be careful on a 3rd and 11 play.
Yeah, they almost have to flip identities. Like St. Mary's got to keep the run game going, and Central Catholic's got to be able to pass deep. But St. Mary's is looking to throw the dagger.
Got a man deep, and PI. They had the post route and Barber on it. Jabin flung it up, and Singleton has a boo-boo, maybe his first of the night.
I believe that was Robinson, number
My bad.
20.
Thank you.
Yeah, Robinson, and you really can't blame him. He was running after the wide receiver. He just didn't look back for the football, and at the very end, there's contact. That is a tough pass interference call.
It is, and you know what? It's also a heady play by Barber to go on the offensive and go after that ball and draw some contact. Because if he doesn't go after it and make contact stick, I don't know that they call it. Smart play by Barber to
fight back through the defense.
Yes.
Yeah, you see a lot of guys don't do that, and there you
don't
go.
Get the
you
call.
get the call.
So they'll move it up to the 37-yard line. 8:31 to go. Eaglets on the move. 265 yards of offense on this red turf. Hitch route right side. Chad Willis, who has had not much tonight. Singleton shuts him down again here after a minimal gain on first.
Yeah, but the more important part of that minimal gain is the 40 seconds you're able to use after it. I don't know. St. Mary's coming out here. They're not looking like they're trying to run clock.
Going deep on post routes.
Yeah.
3rd down. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, the killer
confidence.
instinct.
We thank everyone for watching this broadcast on our YouTube channel.
I know you said Willis hasn't done much receiving the ball, but remember, he does have a 60-yard touchdown pass.
He does. And it started.
Yeah.
That magic of belief. Jet sweep fake, handoff given, back to the ground, doing his groundwork. Gets to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 3. It sets up 3rd and 2.
And this is what I was talking about. St. Mary's kind of turning into Central Catholic. Just a nice little run there, 5 yards, but it does the job. Now, essentially, you got 2 plays to pick up 1 yard.
They've got a kicker as well that they trust up to 40 yards, and that would put it into a 3-score category. But a lot of chicken left on this bone as the Eaglets are letting that clock be their friend right now. In 4-down territory here. Quick pass left, and it was too tall for the 5'9" Barber, and a little too hot out of that Jabin cannon. 4th down.
Yeah, if Barber catches that, though, he's got Jason Lawson Jr. to beat, and that's about it. That could have been a big play for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Jumbo package will check in. Cliff Ellis will come in. And the Eaglets will check Kamari Patterson back into the lineup. Will they try to find him on the edge?
Back to the T.
Double tight T. And it is Patterson. He'll try the right. No, it's Given. And Given stays on his feet, gets across back to the line of scrimmage. He will not get the first down.
But he did a textbook coffee grinder. Remember that drill? You go out there, have to put one hand in the ground and spin around it. That's exactly what he did.
Gavin Eckert with the down-saving tackle.
Look at it. Coffee grinder, bang. It's perfect.
I wondered when a coffee grinder would actually get applied in a game.
We saw it. It took us, 40 years of watching football, but finally that drill pays off.
Oh, man. So, Toledo Central Catholic on the move offensively. They'll get it back at their own 20 with 6:46 to go. Still down just 2 scores.
Yeah, that was a big stop.
They have not scored since that opening touchdown in the third quarter. And the Frizel 8-yard touchdown catch. Baydoun rolling right, got a man, out route, caught. Catch and out of bounds. That's Amari Eliano with his third catch tonight. First down, move the chains. Good throw from Baydoun.
Yeah, just working 3 levels on the defense. The middle level is wide open, so you just drop it off there over the linebacker. Kamari Patterson looking like, should have had him covered.
Yeah. Timeout on the field, we'll take it with them. 6:41 to go in the fourth. Eaglets by 15 on homecoming in a game they once trailed by 11 twice. We're back with more on the Preps coverage of Gridiron Game Day from Orchard Lake right after this. Do you want your school's games on the Prep? Well, find out how by contacting us today at info@theprepsports.com. We're now booking for the winter and spring sports seasons, and we've got some openings that remain in the fall for football, girls volleyball, and boys soccer. Take your school and program to the next level by elevating the game with the Prep.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
All right, Toledo Central Catholic down by 15, gets the football, 6:41 to go. Chad Bush, Sam Stickday with you, Charlotte Turbrock on the sidelines. There's a pass back to Eliano, made the catch, dropped immediately. It's a gain of 6 or 7. Eaglets will gladly take that in the middle of the field. But this Eliano looks like he's a player.
Yeah, he's been the primary target for Baydoun. Just a nice little curl route right there in the middle of the defense. We also have Singleton back on the offensive end here at the bottom of the screen.
Ali pressured, steps up, might run it. He can. He's got the first down and a little bit more to the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play. Move the chains.
First down slides about the 46-yard line. 1st and 10.
Got the G of the game coming up. Who you thinking, Chad?
Oh, there's so many. It could be a defensive play. It could be a defensive player. It could be an offensive play. I mean, we got a lot of tough choices. Throw a tough one to catch, but it was caught anyway. And it was caught by Fuller out of the backfield, just a gain of a few.
Could be a guy that did it on both sides of the ball, too.
It could.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, he's out there somewhere.
In a game that 57 points have been scored, giving it to a defensive player does seem kind of odd.
Well, maybe. It could be.
But also those points were scored by the defense.
There were some points by the defense in this game. That's right. Baydoun out route, caught. Again, I'm in no position to question, but Frizel has seen the football once tonight. It was a slant for a touchdown. I know he's getting maybe a little extra attention, but, I mean, this is a guy that we saw make big plays against Cass Tech. He made big plays against Catholic Center. I mean, he's played big-time football this year. He's been shut out, not to the Eaglets.
Yeah, it's more about the pressure that's been on Baydoun than anything, because wide receivers can get open downfield all day long. If the quarterback doesn't have time or he's scrambling and trying to make plays, he's not going to find you.
Trips to the left, 5.5 to go, 3rd and 1, throw right side, caught, pushed out of bounds. Fuller said, psych, and came back inbounds and got an extra 7 or 8. Fine play by Jeremiah Fuller, the 5'9 junior out of Toledo. Fine looking player.
Yeah, but I was isolating Frizel on that play, and St. Mary's had 3 guys on him. They're pressing him hard at the line of scrimmage, and then they got another cornerback helping, then safety over the top. So it is tough to get him the ball right now. But here it looks like he's fighting on 2 guys.
Ali wants the end zone, wants Frizel. He won't get him there, but that was the kind of concept that you would think would be open when you got your 6'4", 240 tight end coming across.
Yeah, and that was the only time that they kind of just let him release free off that line of scrimmage and down the field. That pass was maybe just a foot lower. That is caught for a touchdown.
That's right. Trips to the left, 2nd down and 10, 5:12 to go.
You're going to get a good look at it.
Just
a little bit too high.
And that throw, tunnel screen attempt was too low of a throw. There we go, by Ali Baydoun. Incomplete pass, well covered by the Eaglets and Kamari Patterson, the Western Michigan commit. Again, this is third down stick, but I mean, you're playing for 4 if you're Toledo Central Catholic. Can't settle for a field goal.
No, you got to take a couple shots in the end zone right here.
Frizel slot left. Double teamed, pressure on the run. Baydoun, he'll get out of bounds. There's a flag in the backfield, and this might be coming back.
It definitely will be coming back. Another holding call, so you're going to be looking at 3rd and 20, unless Jermaine Gonzalez declines this, which I doubt he will.
Another look at the pressure coming.
Yep, there it is, just chucking him to the ground once again. The Fresquez causing the problem.
All night.
And that's the thing, but once again, you know, you talked about the wide receivers not having a big night. How much time did he have to throw there? He's scrambling.
That D-line has caused some pressure tonight.
Once it switched from a running attack to a passing attack, it changed everything for Orchard Lake St. Mary's on defense.
Yep. Twins to each side, tight formation, 3rd and 20. And that ball is high in the air, deflected, and incomplete.
By Ryan Harrington.
Ryan Harrington getting his hand on it and getting planted afterward by the offensive lineman, but he did his job. He couldn't get to the quarterback, so he gets his hands up right there. And look at big number 77 plants him afterwards.
It's big Braylon Whitney.
Yeah, he had a nice lead block earlier, too.
So, 4th down and 20. And for all intents and purposes, this is the ball game. Baydoun with time in the pocket. Looking deep, double covered. Frizel, incomplete. Eaglets will take over. With 4:42 to go, the double coverage on Frizel, really no chance. Well covered out there by St. Mary's Cameron Glasker.
Yeah, double, triple coverage, and Frizel didn't even look back for this football. He was more concerned about defending an interception. Look, he didn't even look back.
Yeah.
He just puts his hands up trying to knock the ball
picking this
down.
off.
Yeah. But honestly, them picking it off there probably would have been better because you get the ball at the 20 instead of the 25.
Look at you and your St. Mary's math.
Hey, Mr. Pert.
Is that your math teacher?
And Phil Maciosi, the greatest there's ever been.
How about it? Gonzalez turns, given, scoots his way for just a couple.
And Dr. Jamari Gabon picks up a couple of yards up the middle.
Tackled by number 20, that's Keon Robinson, safety. Just a 10th grader, one of the rare sophomores on this field tonight for Toledo Central Catholic, who is dominated by juniors and seniors. Well, from here, Orchard Lake St. Mary's will take on their rival Brother Rice next week right here at Molesky Field.
Some raspberry lemonade on the sign there.
I buy a lot of that for my children.
You got to see if you can have them put the Prep P on one.
Oh, well, again, you can ask the offensive team right here. Let's ask
them. Go ask them.
Okay, all right. Jet sweep fake. Given gets the call, and Given won't get much.
We'll see if they can put our faces on a card.
Well, now you're getting a little too out of hand.
Oh, come on.
You're asking for a lot.
3rd and 7.
You got to ask for a lot, and then they'll give you a little, and you still win.
Because you're going to ask for a lot. If they're putting your face out there, I know you're going to put some money behind it.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, that grill's not free now. Injury on the field, timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 3:33 left and a 3rd down. The threes are wild at Molesky Field. Back with more on Gridiron Game Day right after this.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
covering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
There you see the head coach for Central Catholic, Greg Dempsey.
Always coaching.
Always coaching, trying to stay perfect against St. Mary's. St. Mary's 12-2 all time against teams from Ohio. And the nemesis has been this Toledo Central Catholic team.
Time out taken by St. Mary's.
Get a timeout by Orchard Lake St. Mary's. I think that's more of a frustration timeout. Maybe they didn't get the formation or the play call that they wanted in there.
Yep.
Just about 3 to play.
For Toledo Central Catholic, they're right in the thick of things with making the playoffs. Believe it or not, I mean, their points, they're going to get in the playoffs unless something really weird and odd happens. But they're in line, and their 5 state titles they've won under Dempsey. To get back in there and I mean, make a run. I mean, despite all of this, after this, they've got St. Francis de Sales. They've got Mona Shores, both, games that are winnable for them. And you look at the points in Division III, and they're in Region 10. They're 9th right now. The top 12 get in. And, I mean, they're already in position to basically make the playoffs. All they need to do is get in.
Yep.
And they've shown as of last, I mean, they can run the table in Division III in the state of Ohio. It's not going to be easy. There's some good teams in there, Medina, Buckeye, Canfield, etc. But this team's, I mean, unscathed the way that they must feel with confidence deep down that they can still make a run despite having 4 losses at worst.
And that's kind of the punishment for playing in the Catholic League, right? We've seen it here for years in Michigan, and I think Toledo Central Catholic is just getting a taste of it. I mean, you've seen teams from the Central Division with 4 losses go on to win state championships, or St. Mary's backing into the playoffs one year and making it all the way to the state championship game, not winning it, but I think they have like 4 or 5 wins that whole year.
How about last year? After their loss to Toledo Central Catholic, Orchard Lake St. Mary's was 4-3 on the year, and they had lost 3 of 5 games. All they would do from there is win 7 straight and win a state title. So Central Catholic can certainly look at that formula and say, hey, we're not out of this thing yet, and I'm sure they know that. 3rd down, there's a penalty on 3rd and 7.
Yeah, but the good news is what it does for you is it sharpens you, right? It makes you hard as a rock trying to play in this division.
Yes.
And then you get to the playoffs, you're like, wait, this is what the rest of the state is like?
Yeah.
This is what everybody else gets to play all year? We've been playing world beaters.
Right.
Just about 3 to play.
The Eaglets will take on Brother Rice, and make no mistake about it, that Brother Rice has gotten better this year, but it's still a game that St. Mary should be favored in. Certainly not a game you can take Brother Rice lightly for. They're a very talented young team, and they're going to be out for blood. And then if you can get by Rice, St. Mary's has River Rouge, who is rebuilding with Coach Caldwell, and St. Mary's will certainly be favored there and can't overlook. But St. Mary's in line here to do some things and feel good about themselves getting into that Division II state playoffs. And Toledo Central Catholic feels good about their Division III state playoffs and their run that they're about to go on. You got a personal foul here? What is a 30-yard penalty?
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay.
And I was shocked there on that last play, kind of a designed quarterback draw for Jabin Gonzalez. With him being a little bit injured, you'd think they'd try to protect him a little bit more and get the ball out of his hands. But the young man's a gamer. You saw it on his scramble and touchdown. Hobbling and everything all the way into the end zone.
You bet. Handoff given, and Given will get thrown down. He's got some nice forward lean to him now. It'll get him a few yards as we roll down to 2.5 minutes here in suburban Detroit, in a town called Orchard Lake Village, right by the lake, on a beautiful campus here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. A campus that felt and tasted a little different the last time Central Catholic was here. It was cold, it was rainy, and that lake wasn't as pleasant. It was a 42-0 Toledo Central Catholic win in 2023.
And they beat them in every single facet of the game that day.
Yeah.
Oh, direct snap.
to Given, and Given will stay on his feet, keep fighting more, and he'll get down to the 34-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, 4th down, and Eaglets, I'm sure, will keep their offensive unit out there.
About 5.
Yeah, you got about 33 more seconds you can burn here, so you're taking the clock down to about 1:05. And after that, you have about 40 seconds till 4th down, so you're looking at about 20 seconds if they get a stop.
Clock winding down. Eaglets will have to snap it more time. And it's a fight to the 30 for the 1st down. Did he get it?
Just a bit short.
Gavon again.
I think he's going to be ruled just short of the 1st down marker, brings a 4th and a short 1.
So 4th and about a foot. They'll snap the ball with about 20 seconds left. If they convert, that'll be the end of the game. If they don't, assuming Central Catholic will come out and maybe throw one last play or just go victory formation.
Yep. Eaglets were down in this game.
For the majority of the game.
Most of the game. They trailed 14-3 at one point. And they trailed 21-10. 1st down, Eaglets. Gonzalez on the keeper, and that'll do it. So,
great exchange there on the outside by Chad Willis and Victor Singleton, showing respect to each other.
A lot of respect from the 2 Power 4 perimeter players. This ball game is over. The Eaglets win it and get their 1st win over Toledo Central Catholic in school history. They go to 13-2 against schools from Ohio, and they come back after trailing by 11 twice in this game to knock off Toledo Central Catholic 36-21.
What an incredible game. Honestly, the 1st half, you thought Central Catholic was going to dominate the rest of this game. You thought they were going to come out in the 2nd half, and then the fumble happens. They come down, they score a touchdown, they go up, and St. Mary's from then took it as a personal challenge. They took, as the Jordan documentary says, I took that personal. And after that, St. Mary's just unleashed the beast. And then the whole game changed when Central Catholic had to become a passing offense. And that's when St. Mary's was able to pin their ears back, go after them, get some big sacks, get some fumbles. Maydoun just dropped one right into Orchard Lake St. Mary's hands, and the total game changed. They just look good in every single facet of the game.
You said it all, partner. You said it well. This ball game's over. Our G of the game is not over yet. Still deciding, but we'll get our G shortly. Don't go anywhere. We're back with more on the post-game show, Gridiron Game Day, right after this. Eaglets win it. Your final score, Orchard Lake St. Mary's 36, TCC 21.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
My time to shine.
He got it. Splash!
And that will put some gauze on it.
They were having a lot of fun, dipping it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Time now for our G of the game. Tough decision. Charlotte Turbrock had to make it. And Trajan Gibson is our G of the game. Spoiler alert. Take it away, Charlotte.
Trey, you had an amazing game today. You are our G of the game, sponsored by G Brand USA. Could not forget that. You got the hat on. sacks, being very disruptive on defense today. What was working so well for you out there?
You know, just playing as a team, working together as a team, being one group. No individuals on the team allowed me to make plays, especially shout out to my other 3 defensive linemen, taking up, doing their responsibility, allowing me to make plays. It don't happen without them.
What changed from the first half to the second half to really amp up this team?
Walking in the locker room, you know, we made some adjustments. They was obviously running a lot of counter and stuff. Made adjustments, slid, and they couldn't stop us.
You guys have Brother Rice next week, another Catholic League opponent. What are you going to be taking from today's game into next week?
Intensity, violence, everything. Dominate up front. They dominate up front. They can't beat you.
Thank you. Chad, back to you.
There you hear it from Trey Gibson. Thanks,
Charlotte
Charlotte.
loves that term, violence. We were talking about it pregame. Everybody's using the term violence, and that's what St. Mary's came out here in the second half, and they played with it on both sides of the football.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with highlights, stats, and wrap this baby up from beautiful Orchard Lake on a Friday night in October. The Eaglets win it by a final score of 36-21 over Toledo Central Catholic. More to come on Gridiron Game Day right after this.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596 0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
We talked about this being a tale of two halves. Stick, this game started with the road team coming in here and making a statement, getting out early in this game and getting a touchdown. And that really gave St. Mary's, on their heels. They felt on their heels, it felt like, for 2 to 3 quarters in this game defensively.
Yeah, Central Catholic came in here with a game plan and executed it really well on that first drive. I mean, just run after run after run, just pounding St. Mary's. And St. Mary's was able to get on the scoreboard with their first 3 points after a long kickoff return. And then the defense started to pick up a little bit for St. Mary's, but Central Catholic, man, they went up, I believe, 14-3, and there you see a big sack by our G of the game, Mr. Trey, right there, number 13. But here you go. This is going up 14-3 on Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And then after that, St. Mary's has this trick play, the backwards pass, launch it all the way downfield, and there's that man, DJ Taylor, pulling it in, going into halftime, and that, I believe, gave a lot of energy to St. Mary's. Then, unfortunately, they came out, they fumbled the opening kickoff of the second half, and that guy right there, we were calling for him all game. He caught his slant pass for the touchdown. But then Jamin Gonzalez, this could be the play of the game, honestly. They were down.
On a bad wheel.
He has a bad wheel. There wasn't much going on offensively. That sparked them and gave them their first real glimpse of offensive actual anything. And then there you see Baydoun just dropping the football, Harrington picking it up. And this guy, Kamari Patterson, when he gets an open space, he loves to deliver the contact. He goes into the end zone. St. Mary's starting to find themselves on offense, running to the edges and getting to the outside. Here you see a nice drop-off pass for 60 yards to number 11, Brandon Adams Jr. He breaks it. Nobody's going to catch that young man when he gets into the open field. And here's Baydoun running for his life again. Even if someone's open, they're not going to get the ball. But Trey picks it up, runs it into the end zone for his touchdown.
Gibby
kind of securing his G of the game.
He did. He locked it up. That was a clinching play when he did score there. Gave the Eaglets their cushion that they would never look back from as they led 36-21 at that point. Stick, it's been a great night. Thank you again, my friend.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming to you. Good times. Want to thank our fine staff for their hard work tonight, led by Evan Westfall, working the dials down there, doing great things to To all of our crew, my name is Chad Bush saying so long. For my partner Sam Stick Day, Charlotte Turbrock, my name's Chad Bush. Once again, your final score, Orchard Lake St. Mary's wins it tonight at home in homecoming, 36-21 to move their record to 5-1 and 3-1 in league play. Toledo Central Catholic falls to 4-4 and 3-1 in league play. All right, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next week. A double dipper. We'll have one right here, Orchard Lake St. Mary's against Brother Rice, and we'll have PSL doubleheader action down at Ford Field. We look forward to talking to you then. Until then, my name's Chad Bush. Have a great night, everybody. So long.